Chapter 895. The Voice of Heavenly Demon Exhausted in Body and Mind. No one has ever played 10 consecutive rounds with Yun-Shi. Not even Cyber Elf Alpha has accomplished this feat, relying on the pride of being the princess of the throne of the king and her unwavering belief. Sweet Dream stubbornly played all the way to the 10th round, before completely exhausting her energy and falling down. Just like Cyber Elf Alpha, who once overclocked to the point where over a third of the planet's quantum computer systems almost overheated and became scrap, Sweet Dream had lost to the point of losing consciousness. Hiss. Feather Snake King, who had long anticipated this outcome, glared fiercely at Yun-Shi and swiped his tail across his face before quickly taking the dizzy Sweet Dream and leaving the world of the starry sky chessboard. I held back a bit. Yun-Shi felt a bit embarrassed as he looked at Sweet Dream, who had fallen into unconsciousness while playing against him. He really held back, except for the first round. He gradually reduced the pressure on Sweet Dream, and even began actively guiding her to make moves. But Sweet Dream clearly didn't appreciate it at all, always having a look of, I will resist to the end, and constantly using the most aggressive methods to try to gain an advantage. In the 10 rounds, Yun-Shi won the Guess the First Move game 9 times, using his expertise in the Tianyuan opening to guide Sweet Dream in her gameplay. Only the previous round was the first time Sweet Dream had taken the first move. Perhaps, this was also the reason for her excessive excitement in gambling everything? Unfortunately, she was too happy too early. Starting with Tianyuan is just a habit, a hobby of Yun-Shi's, because taking the initiative allows him to calmly unfold his grand strategy. Yun-Shi playing as the second player, on the contrary, becomes more proactive and aggressive. The round where Sweet Dream fainted was because Yun-Shi's counterattack from a local position completely cut off her way out, causing her to fall into unprecedented self-doubt and ultimately collapsing due to excessive mental exhaustion. Poor girl. She was tortured too miserably. I suspect who exactly is torturing the rookies. Even the experts couldn't come up with such a move. Is this little cloud really from our Stardust Zone? After watching 10 high-quality games in a row, and especially after the appearance of a blood-spitting round, the people around finally started to doubt the true identity of Little Cloud. This level appearing in the Stardust Zone is simply like a big demon king in the beginner area. In the past 10 rounds, they honestly admitted to themselves that whoever went up would lose, and lose without any temper. Especially for those senior players who have participated in the Starry Sky chessboard test for a long time, their own chess skills may not be great, but their ability to appreciate the game is top-notch. Sweet Dream's talent, in their eyes, is already astonishing and can be called an unparalleled genius. And the Little Cloud, who easily overwhelmed Sweet Dream without a fuss, his chess ability has reached an extraordinary level. All we can say is, can't understand, completely clueless. This Tianyuan opening has quite the demeanor of the chess saint. It seems that the Starry Sky chessboard has gained another expert. Little brother, are you willing to guide me for a fee? The price can be negotiated. After Sweet Dream was defeated and taken away by Feather Snake King, a crowd quickly gathered in front of Yun-Shi's chessboard. In the world of the Starry Sky chessboard, regardless of race or identity, everyone here is addicted to playing Starry Sky chess, just like the legend rank players like Immortal in the Pot who wander in the Stardust Zone all day long. At the legend rank level, wanting to advance further is truly difficult as climbing to the heavens. The leap from the 7th rank to the 8th rank often requires the accumulation of millions of years, and as for the 9th rank, known as the Throne of the Peak, there has been no birth for thousands of years. The trials of the Starry Sky chessboard are the highest level trials that are beneficial even for the few strong players at the legend rank within the 7 towers. For these legend rank players, the Starry Sky chessboard is their ultimate paradise, and calling it a heavenly realm would not be an exaggeration. In just 1 month since the start of the trials of the Starry Sky chessboard within the 7 towers, the number of legend rank players who came here to play has exceeded 3 digits, and this number keeps expanding like bamboo shoots after the rain, showing an endless trend. To put it bluntly, aside from the Battle Gods Championship contest, this place has become the gathering ground for the highest number of legend rank beings, a true stage for the gods. Those who can make a name for themselves here can obtain everything overnight. God weapons, wealth, glory, power. For the gods, fantasy species, and true beings situated at the peak of the endless gods' domain's pyramid. None of these are a problem. The mysteries of the starry sky chess captivate them, and chess players immerse themselves in it like the immortal in the pot. In other words, they are addicted to playing chess. If possible, Yunshi would also love to continue playing chess. He originally planned to go to the Star Zone later and play a few more games with Cyber Elf Alpha and Norn the God of Wisdom. However, the Six Eyes Demon Mask, which constantly emits flashes within his soul, tells him to hurry back now. He has successfully cultivated the introductory stage of the Paranormida Vasavartan scroll. Sorry, I have to go back. After rejecting a bunch of legendary rank experts from all over, Yunshi hurriedly left the Sky Tower. Little Clow, this name has also begun to circulate in the Stardust Zone. Not long after, Sweet Dream returned with the Feather Snake King and found that Little Cloud was not present. In her anger, she slaughtered the Stardust Zone, causing a horrific scene of rivers of blood. On that day, all the chess players in the Stardust Zone felt the terror emanating from Sweet Dream. Afterwards, Sweet Dream repeatedly tormented and overwhelmed all the chess players in the Stardust Zone, over and over again. It was only when all the chess players in the Stardust Zone surrendered in tears that she entered the Star Position Testing Zone and headed to the Higher Star Zone. Of course, Yunshi had no idea about any of this. Goodbye. Suppressing the tremors in his soul, Yunshi bid farewell to Lilibet, the guardian of the Sky Tower. If it wasn't for the restlessness of the six-eyed heavenly demon, how much he would have liked to stay and chat with her. Remember, come play chess in the tower more often. The Sky Tower needs your strength. Remember, the Sky Tower will always be your support, no matter when. Lilibet gently placed the Azure Divine Sword on Yunshi's forehead, granting him a blessing from the Sky Tower. A cold yet comforting breath made Yunshi slightly more awake. At this moment, his ears were filled with the murmurs of the heavenly demon. Those were the whispers emitted by the demons of the outer realm summoned by the Paranormida Vasavartan scroll, echoes from the starry sky of the other shore. Moreover, unlike the typical phenomenon of cultivation with the introductory stage of the Paranormida Vasavartan scroll, it wasn't just one heavenly demon responding to Yunshi's voice, but a group of them. Chapter 896, Enchantress Bam, Bam, Bam. Yunshi almost fled in panic from the Sky Tower and opened his eyes in his own room. On his bed, there were Mayor, the little golden-haired dog, and the three-member Starling team, with 4 dogs piled on top of each other like a small blanket, sleeping soundly. Usually, Yunshi would pick up a few of them, smelling the fragrance on their bodies, but this time, in his haste to return from the Sky Tower, he didn't even have a chance to hold them before he found himself in a strange scene. Buddha said, "Form is emptiness, emptiness is form." The heavenly demon said that there is no distance in the world as seen through their eyes. They exist, yet they do not exist. They are in the distance, at the end of another world, and also by your side. All things in the world can become Buddha or demon. The heavenly demon is such an omnipresent existence, born from the response to countless desires and emotions, a great calamity. The Six Eyes Demon Mask that Yunshi possesses, after absorbing enough power of desires and emotions, becomes a beacon, attracting these heavenly demons from the outer realm. What he sees now is both real and illusory, both reality and fantasy. The heavenly demon is a creature that exists between reality and illusion, causing countless cultivators to go mad and become possessed. Those who cultivate the Paranormida Vasavartan scroll can perceive the heavenly demon. However, the number of heavenly demons attracted by the Six Eyes Demon Mask forged by Yunshi far exceeds imagination. Those monks, who painstakingly sever karmic ties and cultivate the power of desires and emotions after leading people into Buddhism, are simply incomparable to the power of desires and emotions that Yunshi has been tainted and entangled with. He himself probably doesn't even know that his Six Eyes Demon Mask has already attracted the attention of countless demons of the outer realm before it has been fully forged. When he stepped into the Sky Tower, using the King Tower's Princess Sweet Dream as the final sacrifice, offering the endless battles, obsessions, and burning desires to the Six Eyes Demon Mask, Its allure to the heavenly demons longing for the power of desires has reached an unprecedented level. For the heavenly demons who feed on the power of desires and emotions, this is the ultimate delicacy. The mask of the six-eyed, heavenly demon appeared on Yunshi's face, and he finally saw the heavenly demon as he had wished. It was a dark figure that initially seemed somewhat blurred, coming with a peculiar dance. Alalai, like silver pearls falling from a jade plate, pure and cheerful, getting closer and closer. Suddenly a pair of beautiful white long legs emerged from the black mist, followed by a slowly emerging bright red pleated skirt. The peerless enchantress has made her appearance. Although he had never danced like this before, Yunshi quickly learned how to coordinate with Enchantress. Their bodies almost completely merged together, like a perfectly paired bow and arrow, like dancing flowers and leaves. The red flames burned passionately, while Enchantress's fair and tender skin seemed as if she had just taken a milk bath, emanating an exceptionally delightful fragrance that made people's mouths water. Her cute little belly pressed against Yunshi's body, her fair and tender buttocks lifted round and high, her legs white, beautiful, and shapely. The supple and slender waist twisted like a water snake, making their dance more and more in sync. It wasn't until their lips met that Yunshi realized how soul-stirring and bone-melting heavenly demon's kiss was. Her tongue was more nimble than any woman Yunshi had ever kissed. She took him into her hot little mouth, gently sucking, nibbling, swirling, and teasing him, causing his whole body to tremble. Waves of pleasure rushed to his brain, making him breathe heavily. Her eyes were clear and affectionate. When she opened her small mouth and took Yunshi's tongue into her tender, rosy lips, there was an indescribable sense of satisfaction. A thrilling and pleasurable sensation spread to the marrow, causing Yunshi to suck in a breath of cool air. This small yet skillful, tender, and smooth tongue that sucked on him felt like it was drawing his soul into a state of incredible comfort. Enchantress started gently, softly moving her tongue, licking and teasing. That fragrant, smooth, and tender little tongue was so gentle and soft. Enchantress's kisses were on a completely different level compared to any woman Yunshi had ever encountered before, as if she were naturally adorned with an aura of seduction. Just the physical contact at the level of kissing alone made Yunshi's whole body feel like it was on fire, with every pore on his body wide open. As her fragrant tongue moved, gasping sounds accompanied her swallowing, perfectly matching the rhythm. It stimulated Yunshi's body, and the two of them emitted cute sounds like oh and ah, along with the adorable sound of pafu pafu. Gradually, Enchantress also began to enjoy the hot, fiery rhythm. She showed a joyful expression, closing her bright eyes, and her long eyelashes trembled, which was incredibly captivating. Her adorable little nose started to breathe heavily and urgently, panting gently like an orchid. Her flushed and beautiful pink cheeks were filled with shyness. Her slightly parted cherry blossom-like lips couldn't help but let out a soft, charming moan like waves of electric currents were causing a tingling sensation. Ah, mmm. Yeah. After their first kiss ended, Enchantress's flushed face was filled with contented joy. Her beautiful eyes were filled with affectionate gaze as she looked at Yunshi. After meeting Yunshi's gaze, she shyly closed her eyes. Her high and exquisite nose had a little sweat on it, and her tempting lips were slightly panting. Her breath was fragrant, emitting a faint scent. Moving down, her fair and delicate skin had a pink tint due to excitement. Her tender skin was as delicate as a blown flower. Her breasts stood tall and proud, with a flat stomach devoid of any excess fat. In the middle was a cute, shallow belly button. A pair of slender and elastic jade feet gently closed together. Although she was slightly taller than Yunshi, Enchantress gave off an aura of being fragile and dependent, like a little bird. Her soft and flowing long hair cascaded naturally over her fragrant shoulders. Her delicate eyebrows slightly closed in shyness, while her straight nose supported a beautiful and refined nose. Her pure white cheeks blushed slightly, and her pale red lips gently closed, as if anticipating something. What is your name? Yunshi's mind went blank. Even with the experience of millions of brides, he felt overwhelmed by the presence of the extraordinary enchantress. Enchantress, as an incarnation of a heavenly demon, is completely different from normal human females. Every strand of their hair seems to be born to entice males. Enchantress sweetly smiled, kissed Yunshi's ear, and then moved downward, continuously kissing, occasionally teasing with her tongue, igniting the blazing flames within Yunshi's body. During this process, Enchantress's figure became more and more vivid. Her fair and tender face was flushed, incredibly enchanting. Her cherry-like small mouth was half open, half closed, and her white jade orbs pressed against Yunshi's body, squeezing his vigorous physique. Under the red dress, her snow-white flawless skin was as smooth and delicate as white jade, tender and delicate to the touch. As she bit into Yunshi's chest, her swan-like elegant and fair neck, her round and polished, delicately carved shoulders, and her slender waist that could barely be grasped all pressed against Yunshi. Those slender and graceful snow-white legs, which stood with elegance, were far from being well-behaved, always quietly pressing against certain parts of Yunshi. Yunshi even had a feeling that the red dress worn by Enchantress seemed to be becoming transparent in his eyes. Amidst the faintly visible red, two trembling and shy cherry red dots were swaying on top of glistening and snowy, soft and plump peaks. The delicate and alluring Enchantress, a heavenly demon who seemingly emitted the aura of a pure beauty, didn't know why she blushed at the mere gaze of Yunshi, making her ears turn red and her delicate chin blush. Her snow-white flawless and stunning jade-like body, shyly beautiful like a blooming red rose, was perfect in every way. This is going to be a disaster. The temptation mentioned in the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll is unexpectedly terrifying. Yunshi still retained a portion of his consciousness, but this remaining consciousness was utterly futile in resisting the temptation of the heavenly demon at this moment. Join me in doing joyful things. It's extremely pleasurable. Let's become one. It's wonderfully blissful, making you forget all troubles. Just close your eyes. Don't think about anything, and you will see a world of bliss. Enchantress chuckled, and her affectionate and captivating gaze almost melted Yunshi. Meanwhile, her actions were completely contradictory. Don't know when the fog appeared on the bed, her slender and delicate body wrapped in red gauze looked so charming, seemingly helpless and anxious as if filled with timidity towards the imminent storm. The two extreme behaviors, on the contrary, heightened the stimulation. Her pitiful and captivating eyes tightly closed, like a helpless little lamb lying quietly on the spacious, pristine, and soft bedding. However, that snow-white little hand quietly guided Yunshi's hand, moving towards the alluring and erect snow peaks veiled by gauze, revealing an adorable and enticing blush as it approached the barely clothed body. When Yunshi's hand finally touched the holy and plump snowy peaks beneath the thin gauze, it felt like touching a precious porcelain, as if it would break with just a slight carelessness. A barely audible soft moan, still so clear in the tense and stifling stillness of the mist-filled air. Like a virgin being violated for the first time, when the pristine and erect peaks were touched by a male hand, it felt as if an irresistible storm was finally arriving. Enchantress couldn't help but unconsciously moan, a hint of bashful blush swiftly appearing on her delicate cheeks. As soon as Yunshi touched the tender and plump jade peaks, the sensation of their supple softness almost turned into a melting touch. It made Yunshi tremble all over, their trembling and towering purity lingering in a way that made it hard to let go. Even though there was a layer of red gauze in between, one could still clearly feel the unmatched tenderness of the snowy peaks in their hand. If it felt like this through a mere layer of gauze, how delicate and smooth would it be to directly touch and caress that tender, supple, and pure snow-capped peak? As the fingertips moved upward, they touched the elegantly straight swan-like jade neck, the snow-white, sparkling and smooth jade skin, the seductive and silky collarbone, and the round and delicate fragrant shoulder. Just like crafting a doll, Yunshi's fingertips traced the stunning curves of Enchantress. Enchantress's extremely delicate figure emitted an adorable and captivating sound as Yunshi's fingertips moved, like a musical instrument being played, producing the enchanting melody of the heavenly demon. Quietly, the thin gauze that barely covered her body, as if non-existent, slowly fell off from the snowy, breathtakingly beautiful and tender body. A blush, irresistible and intoxicating, quickly spread across the bashful and flawless snowy body of the shy enchantress. After the gauze was shed, the stunning and heart-stoppingly white jade body appeared before Yunshi without any concealment. The melody of the heavenly demon instantly reached its climax. Enchantress's eyes slightly betrayed a hint of anxiety as she looked at Yunshi. Her snowy, delicate body trembled incessantly, as if enduring something. Chapter 897. Saint Demon Yun. She was completely immersed in the sound of the heavenly demon played by the enchantress. He instinctively felt that this music was extremely beneficial for him. Ordinary humans, upon hearing the enchanting and bone-chilling sound of the heavenly demon, would instantly lose their sanity and be captured by the heavenly demon's spell. Even the pure-hearted monks with 6 roots of purity had succumbed to the sound of the heavenly demon played by the enchantress. The Paranirmada Vasavartan scroll explicitly warned about the dangers in this area, fearing that those who practiced this Buddhist scripture would lack firm determination and become playthings of the heavenly demon. This is also why the Paranirmada Vasavartan scroll does not allow ordinary Buddhist disciples to practice it. Without unwavering determination and unshakable composure in the face of overwhelming challenges, practicing the Paranirmada Vasavartan scroll would inevitably lead to death. Throughout the ages, Buddhist monks have only opened the Paranirmada Vasavartan scroll when they reached a stage in their Buddhist practice where there were no further advances to be made and embraced the determination that failure would mean martyrdom. Yunshi was different from that. It could be said that he was in perfect harmony with the heavenly demon, both physically and spiritually. In the enchanting realm unfolded by the heavenly demon, Yunshi easily entered the rhythm of the heavenly demon, to the extent that it could be said that he even made the heavenly demon delighted. Smelling the scent emanating from Yunshi, the enchantress almost salivated. The heavenly demon possessed infinite incarnations, and she was just one of them. If she could devour Yunshi's essence, she would definitely be able to grow to a stronger level. The problem was, there were too many competitors who wanted to devour Yunshi's deliciousness. Gah! Just as the enchantress was using her seductive techniques on Yunshi, entwined in a deep kiss, the enchantress suddenly felt a chilling sensation and showed an expression of immense pain. The second heavenly demon descended. This was a more powerful and terrifying heavenly demon than the enchantress. The demons of the outer realm also had different ranks. The enchantress belonged to the seduction side of the heavenly demon, adept at manipulating people's hearts and enjoyed being intimate with them. It was the most common type of heavenly demon. However, at this moment, the probability of the descending heavenly demon appearing was much rarer than that of the enchantress. Yunshi noticed that the aura emanating from the heavenly demon in his embrace suddenly took a complete 180-degree turn. It was a sacred and inviolable aura, akin to the winter's snow and the northern lights. It completely lacked the seductive aura of the enchantress from before. White snow crystals twirled in the air, and the enchantress, who was originally dressed in red gauze, disappeared. In her place was a young girl wearing a sacred white crown, with silver ribbons floating around her. "Are you my master?" The young girl with a cold temperament in her eyes was filled with indifference, like an eternal ice mountain in the world of snow and ice. Even though only a few silver ribbons covered the important parts of her body, the icy and smooth skin, the snow-white legs pressed against Yunshi, and the intense contrast still captivated Yunshi. "You are." Yunshi's heart continued to race. Is this also a heavenly demon? Why is it so different from the heavenly demon in his impression? Don't compare me to the enchantress. The heavenly demon with a crown looked coldly at Yunshi, with a hint of jealousy in her icy pupils. "I am a higher-ranking saint demon. Heavenly demons are a high-ranking species that only appear under extremely special circumstances, a higher level of heavenly demon that combines divine power. Their distinctive feature is the third eye on their forehead. The celestial eye of Buddhism is the innate talent of the saint demon. Their power is so strong that it surpasses the limitations of the heavenly demon race, allowing them to manifest their spiritual power and traverse the vast world. No one who witnesses their form would doubt that they are demonic beings, but instead regard them as divine creatures. The saint demon's appearance alone can trigger a great calamity. Those who possess the celestial eye often walk among the endless gods' domains as representatives of the gods. In a sense, they are not simply heavenly demons, but beings with a broader perspective. The probability of their appearance is so small that it can be ignored. Following the normal process of creating a six-eyed heavenly demon with the Paranirmada Vasuvartan scroll, it is impossible to summon them. They are the incarnations of heavenly demons that appear in the Age of Calamity in response to the River of Destiny, often choosing death to create greater ripples in the River of Destiny. Saint Demon? At this stage of the development, Yunshi felt that there was something wrong with the Paranirmada Vasuvartan scroll he had been cultivating. There is no information about Saint Demon recorded in the Paranirmada Vasuvartan scroll. This is natural because this is not a heavenly demon that can be summoned by the Paranirmada Vasuvartan scroll, but a higher-ranking heavenly demon that walks in the rivers of destiny and time. Those who possess the power of the celestial eye will not respond to the summoning of the Paranirmada Vasuvartan scroll. Ordinary Buddhist monks who cultivate the Paranirmada Vasuvartan scroll cannot create heavenly demon masks worthy of summoning a saint demon. Hurry, make a contract with me. The girl with the name of Saint Demon, who even possessed an exclusive god weapon, anxiously grabbed Yunshi's hand, who still didn't know what was happening. The silver ribbons swayed, revealing two small blushes. Compared to the tall and slender enchantress just now, Saint Demon's figure was much smaller and exceptionally light. Huh, is there more? Just as Yunshi grabbed Saint Demon's small hand, he felt the change in the heavenly demon aura once again. It was a chilling scent of blood. It was a familiar and berserk power. Powerful, extraordinarily pure power, unbridled. How could it be, this guy? Saint Demon gritted her teeth and tightly grabbed Yunshi's hand. Just one step, just one step. In the next second, an immense black aura erupted from Saint Demon, and a blurry figure opened its eyes, staring at the bewildered Yunshi. Enchantress represents temptation. Saint Demon represents fate. While this heavenly demon's attribute is even more pure, it is the absolute power. She is the epitome of demons. She is the ruler entwined with endless slaughter and a bloody aura. Among all the demons of the outer realm, Azura is the most addicted to slaughter. It is on par with Saint Demon, but the killing intent of this heavenly demon is 1,000 times more brutal than Saint Demon. When Yunshi saw her, it was as if he saw a combination of Sweet Dream and Hua Hua. Swords shatter, arrows break, blood stains the earth, flowing endlessly. Even in pain, sacrifice, bloodshed, the battle never stops, the expectation never ceases. Fists and blades clash, iron hammers roar, shields strike, and there are screams of battle. The collision of anger and resentment, unwavering vows, pain and blades. Only slaughter can end everything. That is the kiss that awakens the sleeping princess. That is a romance greater than the greatest magic book in the world. Like a hero, like a legend, like a myth. Chapter 898. Azura Battle, Endless Battle. In the vast world, heavenly demons are born in response to the billions of emotions in the world, reflecting the image of the Dashang world. Those who crave desire see the enchantment of countless enchantresses. Those who seek redemption see the embodiment of sacredness and hope in Saint Demon. Those who crave slaughter will witness the descent of Azura, representing never-ending warfare. A regular Paranirmada Vasuvartan scroll will only attract heavenly demons like Enchantress. Buddhist monks who cultivate this sutra refine their divine sense by surpassing the temptation of Enchantress and facing the heavenly demon's voice of the Enchantress. If they pass, they can progress further and see my ultimate form. If they fail to pass, They will perish and never be reincarnated in countless culpas. Just like Saint Demon, Azura, as the upper class among the demons of the outer realm, will never respond to the summoning of the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. Those monks won't even get a chance to meet them. Throughout the generations, Buddhist monks who practiced the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll have never been able to capture the attention of upper-class heavenly demons. Only enchantresses are particularly interested in high-ranking monks and always come to tempt these great monks to fall. The six-eyes demon mask forged by Yun Shi combines the emotions of twin witches, Hua Hua, the Starwings Knights, and the Princess of the King Tower to create a heavenly demon symbol, achieving an unimaginable miracle. Not only were numerous enchantresses attracted to it, even the upper-class heavenly demons like Saint Demon and Azura couldn't resist the temptation of this symbol. How many people do you want me to kill? Azura, who forcefully took the position away from Saint Demon, confidently asked Yun Shi. That's not necessary. Yun Shi, with a bewildered expression, looked at the Azura heavenly demon that responded to his summons. Why is the heavenly demon he summoned so different from what was recorded in the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll? This is already the third one, but besides the first enchantress which matched the records, the rest simply do not exist in the records of the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. What is Saint Demon? What is Azura? It seems like there's more. If people are killed, they will die. Only through death can it truly end. Azura licked her lips, her figure no less inferior to Enchantress. However, unlike Enchantress' delicate and fragile body, every part of Azura's body exuded strength. The closest figure that Yun Shi could think of was his teacher, Cassina the battle god. The naked body of Azura, with no traces of excess flesh, long and beautiful legs, a body adorned with battle marks, and a chest that will never sag. If combat power were calculated based on chest, she would probably rank second, just below Enchantress who excels in seduction. There are no ugly heavenly demons. Even Azura, who walks the path of slaughter, is still so beautiful and captivating. However, beneath that beauty lies a deadly crisis. Choose me, or else I'll kill you. Azura grabbed Yun Shi's neck, her expression saying, "If I can't have you, I'll destroy you." She's serious. If she can't have something, then nobody else can either. Such strong possessiveness is also one of Azura's characteristics. Cough. Wait a moment. Yun Shi was almost out of breath. The Paranormata Vasavartan scroll wasn't wrong. Summoning heavenly demons is really dangerous. Do you have any complaints about me? I am the strongest heavenly demon in terms of combat power. Azura's eyes became even more fierce. Only through slaughter can Azura be satisfied. Only the most insane obsession can attract the manifestation of Azura. Only a battlefield full of corpses and blood can draw Azura's attention. Azura is a heavenly demon born for warfare. Unlike Enchantress, who always appears in a beautiful seductress manner, and Saint Demon, who appears as a savior, Azura never cares about others' opinions. When they descend, they are bound to bring bloodshed and chaos. In terms of combat power, they are undoubtedly the strongest heavenly demons, monstrous beings at the pinnacle of the heavenly demon hierarchy pyramid. The only flaw is that they mostly lack intelligence and rely solely on brute force. They are the types with a natural maximum combat power of 999, but intelligence capped at 50. Cough, cough. Yun Shi helplessly watched Azura about to go berserk. Miss, my neck is being choked by you. How can I answer? If this goes on, I'll suffocate. It seems you don't want to form a contract with me. Azura, whose combat power is off the charts but lacks a bit in intelligence, became furious. It's rare to find a suitable contract partner. How could I let go so easily? Anyone who dares to snatch things from Azura will pay with their lives. Even if I have to use force, I will form a contract. Azura, not being the brightest, saw no other solution. Forcefully pushing ahead. Let's make the best of what's available. As the saying goes, Azura grabbed Yun Shi's face, leaving no chance for Yun Shi to catch their breath, and kissed assertively. Really domineering. It's like forcibly shoving their tongue into Yun Shi's mouth and stirring it around. This Azura really doesn't know how to be romantic. From the void came the contemptuous voice of the enchantress, who had once been one step away from success. To form a contract with a heavenly demon, the other party must willingly kiss and initiate the contract. Only Azura, with their foolish mind, could come up with such a plan. If forming a contract is as simple as kissing, then why would Enchantress need to spend so much time creating an atmosphere? That's why I say Azura are all fools. From the void, the cold-eyed Saint Demon also voiced their opinion. Compared to Azura, who act recklessly when they can't get what they want, the Saint Demons have always used their personal charm to influence others, even willing to sacrifice their own lives to change the course of destiny. Therefore, the Saint Demons are also known as the most unheavenly demon-like heavenly demons. Struggling against Azura's forceful advances, Yuanxi gradually yielded, their body growing softer. He had never encountered such a strong-willed woman before, and that overwhelmingly dominant attitude seemed to possess a unique charm. It seems to be working. Could it be? Enchantress looked in astonishment at Azura, who had captured Yuanxi's tongue and seemed to be on the verge of success. It's possible. This summoned one must have a hidden attribute that makes them fall for being pushed down. Why else would they accept it when being dominated so violently? If she had known they liked this position, she could have done it too. Enchantress is a heavenly demon skilled in all positions, capable of manifesting any attribute. She's getting ahead of herself. Saint Demon made a prediction. This time, it's not just Enchantress, Saint Demon, and Azura, but they are the outstanding individuals from their respective races, which is why they suppressed the other heavenly demons of their kind and became the representatives to interact with this extraordinary summoner. In response to the myriad thoughts and emotions of the vast world, the demons of the outer realm were born, possessing a unique form of existence beyond human imagination. The superior breed of the heavenly demons includes not only the Saint Demon and Azura. Chapter 899. The final one in the heavenly demon illusion. Azura took control one after another in a relentless manner, like a fierce beast sinking its teeth into its prey, firmly gripping Yuanxi's tongue and refusing to let go. Hey, this Azura is going too far. This is clearly the tactic of our Enchantress. As the largest population in the heavenly demon race and possessing strength comparable to the Saint Demon, Azura's unmatched Enchantress counterpart, even the stoic Azura couldn't help but find it awe-inspiring. It's baffling how effective it is, considering Azura has no finesse at all and simply relies on brute force. As the unparalleled powerhouse among enchantresses, her methods perfectly embody the deadly allure of an enchantress. What right does a brute like Azura, who only knows violence, have to steal the limelight? Furthermore, she seems to be enjoying it. Could it be that she has discovered that secret too? Something doesn't seem right. Even the Saint Demon, who has had the least physical contact with Yuanxi, instinctively sensed that something was amiss. Azura, with her dense mindset, could never possess such talent in the realm of intimacy. Perhaps the act of taking the initiative in the kiss is the best strategy she can come up with. Then why do they seem to be gradually getting into a good rhythm now? Previously, the success of the Enchantress could be attributed to her talent, but now, something seems off with Azura. Don't think that Enchantresses, being the most common population in the heavenly demon race, are weak. Precisely because Enchantresses have the largest numbers among the heavenly demon race, even if the probability of producing elites is small, the total number is in no way inferior to the Saint Demon or the superior race like Azura. In reality, in terms of absolute power within the heavenly demon race, the Enchantress ranks second only to that race. Azura gradually realized that she was starting to feel strange. Her originally aggressive tongue was gradually controlled by Yuanxi, entwined and sucked upon. A remarkable sensation that Azura, a battle-focused heavenly demon, had never experienced before. A sensation as if her body was melting. From fingertips to toes, her whole body emitted sounds of pleasure, trembling incessantly. Convulsions, spasms, like the most frenzied of killing on the battlefield, like endless shocks. This kiss is intoxicating. It is a virus that not even the heavenly demon immune to all poisons can resist, a power that even Azura, immersed in slaughter and bloodshed, is intoxicated by contract. Complete the contract quickly. The remaining shreds of rationality in Azura's mind remind her that she must swiftly complete the contract in which she takes the lead. Pressing her hands against Yunshi's shoulders, Azura breaks free from the magical deep kiss, taking large gasps for breath. On the other side, Yunshi's face is flushed as she continues to pant. This kiss is just too exhilarating. Azura had absolutely no kissing technique, but that wild and impulsive inexperience actually gave Yunshi a taste she had never experienced before. Perhaps, making a contract with this heavenly demon wouldn't be a problem either. Regardless of physique, charm, or combat prowess, she was top-notch, bearing some similarities to Cassina the battle god. Gaa. Azura pressed his forehead, trying to suppress the surging and overwhelming pleasure within his heart. It has never been this terrible before. This human's kiss must be poisonous. Make a contract with me? Azura wiped the saliva from his mouth, once again proposing a contract. Wait a moment. I'll get ready. Yunshi wasn't particularly dissatisfied with Azura, and the same applied to Enchantress and Saint Demon. His purpose in cultivating the Paranirmada Vasavartan scroll was solely to summon a heavenly demon. He was completely ignorant of the classification of heavenly demons. At this rate, she's going to succeed. Damn it, give me a few more minutes and I can do it too. It's all your fault. Now he's going to make a contract with this idiot. Enchantress, who was once on the verge of success but was interrupted by Saint Demon, felt angry, akin to watching a cooked duck fly away. She won't succeed. Saint Demon's voice echoed faintly in the void. Haven't you noticed yet? The other similar beings around have all disappeared. Enchantress finally noticed this phenomenon after Saint Demon mentioned it. Originally, numerous Enchantress beings crowded around Yunshi, waiting for an opportunity to approach and tempt him. But now, they had all vanished without a trace. Now, only she, Saint Demon, and Azura remained as the three upper-level heavenly demons. That's right, Enchantress herself was also an upper-level heavenly demon. She was the royal family within the Enchantress population, and this was her first time capturing prey. Otherwise, she wouldn't have the ability to snatch Yunshi before Saint Demon and Azura. She was only one step away from completing the contract with him. At this moment, the three heavenly demons surrounding Yunshi were evenly matched in power, leading to a scene where they took turns to capture him. Could it be? It was almost self-evident that if it could make the weaker heavenly demons retreat without even considering competition, the answer was clear. In the void, there began a faint thread of soul aura weaving together. Those were threads that constituted the principles of all things, coming from an unknown distance, perhaps even from beyond the endless god's domains. White and black threads wove into a bundle, eventually forming the silhouette of a human figure. Her appearance was clearer than that of Enchantress, Saint Demon, and Azura. There was no trace of a heavenly demon in her appearance. She wore a black western dress that exposed a large area of fair, alluring, and elastic chest skin at the front. Beneath the lace-trimmed skirt was a strip of white skin, followed by knee-high pure white stockings. Continuing downwards, there were a pair of quite cute high-top round-toed boots. The main body of the boots was a light purple color, while the laces, toes, and soles were off-white. The gorgeous color scheme, slightly upturned toe, and 20 centimeters high-top design gave these boots a strong exotic vibe. A pair of white elbow-length gloves wrapped around the girl's hands and extended up to her upper arms, leaving only a small amount of smooth and tender skin near her shoulders visible. Near the opening of the gloves, there was a circle of purple silk ribbon for tightening, completely preventing them from slipping off during intense movements. Her slender waist, delicately held in her grip, made her figure appear even more delicate and fragile. However, her stunning face was covered by a six-eyes demon mask that looked exactly like Yunshi, leaving a mysterious feeling that made people curious and itching to uncover the truth. Indeed, it's her. Enchantress looked at the smaller figure woven by countless strands of magic, feeling a biting resentment. Among countless heavenly demons, They were the legendary race that stood at the top, surpassing Enchantress and ranking first. This race is the rarest among all heavenly demons, so rare that even heavenly demons themselves seldom encounter them. Chapter 900. Impermanent as heavenly demons, they also have different characteristics and populations. Enchantress, the incarnation of heavenly demon who can naturally display charm up to 999, each possessing stunning beauty that captivates nations, occupying over 90% of all heavenly demons. Possessing the talent, charm, skilled in the heavenly demon dance, they wield an irresistible allure that even monks cannot resist. Saint Demon, the heavenly demon race endowed with wisdom up to 999, is the incarnation of heavenly demons closest to divinity. They are incredibly rare, with a total number that is perhaps not even 1,000th of Enchantress. Possessing the talent, divine wisdom, they have intelligence far beyond humans and prophetic abilities, allowing them to interfere with and sense changes in the river of destiny. They are the heavenly demon least resembling a heavenly demon. Azura, warriors with a combat power of 999, are monsters on the battlefield, as rare as saint demons. They only appear on battlefields filled with corpses and blood. Possessing the talent, bloodlust, only slaughter can satisfy them. They regard death as nothing, and wherever they appear, there will undoubtedly be a bloody carnage. The three types of heavenly demon represent the three inclinations of charm, wisdom, and combat power. In terms of individual strength, the order is probably Azura, Saint Demon, Enchantress. However, in terms of population strength, Enchantress, which makes up over 90% of the entire heavenly demon population, is undoubtedly the dominant force. However, within heavenly demons, there exists an extremely special group that completely surpasses Enchantress. Their numbers are even rarer than Azura and Saint Demon, with probably not more than 3 even in the entire The Endless Gods domains, and the total population of the entire group is likely less than double digits. They are the true kings of the heavenly demon race, each possessing unimaginable power. In fact, it is even questionable if they can be referred to as a race due to their exceptionally low numbers. They are the witches who walk in the twilight of the gods' era. They are the ghosts that haunt the graveyard of deities. When they were alive, they were all heroes, legends, and myths. Their bodies are composed of endless threads of laws, and their garments are woven from the materials of myths. They are neither alive nor dead, existing as phantoms between the cracks of light and darkness. Even the heavenly demons themselves are unsure if they can be considered members of the heavenly demon race, as their existence is too abnormal. Their only common feature is that they all wear the mask of the six-eyed heavenly demon, which is the highest contract proof of the heavenly demon race. The name of this heavenly demon is Impermanent. Not the servant black and white Impermanent from the ancient mythology of the Eastern gods' domain, but Impermanent the formless, the ultimate heavenly demon that fully embodies the concept of great freedom. Their very existence is a colossal contradiction. Almost all information regarding their past existence has been erased from the river of destiny, and nobody knows who they were when they were alive. However, when they put on the mask of the six-eyed heavenly demon and start walking in the starry sky, it will undoubtedly herald a brand new wave of destiny. The objects of their contracts are destined to bring about countless destruction, death, but also change and hope. Invisible and formless, like a fairy disrupting the threads of destiny, this is the strongest among the heavenly demons, Impermanent. Why is it you? Azura, who had already reached the final step, about to complete the process just like Enchantress, felt the irresistible aura and fought back with all her might. Unfortunately, the suppression imposed by Impermanent on all heavenly demon races is irresistible, as it is a fundamental difference in nature. When Impermanent descended, Azura had to end her intimate time with Yunshi and was forcibly sent back to the void. Like Enchantress and Saint Demon, Azura did not give up. Instead, in the void, she formed a triangle formation with her opponents, surrounding a bewildered Yunshi. Impermanent, wearing the mask of the six-eyed heavenly demon, looked at Yunshi with a silent gaze. Yuanshi wore a perplexed expression as he looked at the heavenly demon sister who had transformed 4 times today. He could feel that the heavenly demon before him was the most powerful among all the heavenly demons, even stronger than the obviously formidable Azura, representing the 3 extreme talents: Enchantress with charisma, Saint Demon with wisdom, and Azura with power. Impermanent's talent remains an unknown mystery. This also means that no one knows what talent Impermanent possesses. Quietly gazing at Yuanshi for a while, Impermanent gently extended her finger and slowly waved it in front of him. One after another, Yuanshi couldn't move his gaze away from the snow-white finger. It seemed as if the trajectory traced by this finger contained some kind of universal truth. His body, too, gradually grew hot as this slender finger moved. In his chest, it seemed as if there was a voice trying to come out, wanting to confess and reveal all his secrets. No, she was different from other heavenly demons. If he lost consciousness, he would truly become a puppet of the heavenly demon. Yuanshi bit his tongue and swiftly grabbed Impermanent's finger. Impermanent looked at the suddenly proactive Yuanshi with a puzzled expression. Wasn't he more inclined to passively accept the temptation? Her power of temptation came from a soul-level resonance, even more directly effective than the heavenly demon's voice of the Enchantress or Azura's forceful advances. Why did the soul's pull fail instead? The effect seemed less potent than Azura's aggressive advances earlier. Are you here to form a contract with me, too? Yuanshi suppressed the vile impulse surging in his heart, one he had never experienced before. He strongly desired to pin down the girl in front of him, remove her skirt, part her smooth, snow-white legs, and possess her completely. It was as though he wanted to put cat ears on the girl before him, dress her in a cat tail, and do as he pleased with her as she resisted and struggled. It was as though he wanted to put her in a magnificent princess dress, lift her high, and make her engage in all sorts of embarrassing acts. Just from being looked at by her, various impulses from deep within him couldn't be suppressed. Her allure was over 100 times stronger than that of the Enchantress, Saint Demon, and Azura combined. Just looking at her, Yuanshi felt like he was about to commit a crime. That snow-white little hand. It seemed as if it wanted to caress and lick. This is not normal. She's not like White Moon, an innocent young bride who can do as she pleases. She's a complete stranger. Where does this unusual soul-driven impulse come from? Being with her, he can't even dream of being a righteous and noble person anymore. There are traces of fate's interference on your body. The thing you desire is destined to be unattainable. Open up your soul and walk the path of the heavenly demon. Impermanent's finger traced over Yuanshi's forehead, guiding him like the guidance of the goddess of fate, leading him towards becoming a heavenly demon. That's right, heavenly demons are not only derivatives of countless emotions in the world, but can also manifest as beings of wisdom. In Impermanent's eyes, Yuanshi was one of the seeds with the potential to become a similar being. Chapter 901. Refusal. I refuse. Yuanshi shook his head with great effort. His purpose in cultivating the Paranirmata Vasavartan scroll was not to transform into a heavenly demon, but to use the power of the heavenly demon to temper his own mind, ultimately reaching a state akin to that of a Buddhist monk. Although there may be a slight misunderstanding in the understanding, Yuanshi's original intention is correct. The heavenly demon that appeared last was completely different from the previous 3 heavenly demons. Yuanshi had a feeling that if he were to agree like this, he would really be trapped in an eternal abyss. Why? Refuse me. Impermanent looked at Yuanshi, who had clearly been drawn in by her soul, in surprise. Impermanent's temptation was more than 10 times stronger than that of Enchantress, Saint Demon, and Azura. It was a direct assault on the soul, and could even drive powerful mythical heroes into madness. They didn't need to rely on their bodies to seduce others. Their mere existence was extraordinary. Enchantress needed to use the heavenly demon's voice to complete her enticement, while Impermanent only needed a look, a movement, or the slightest gesture of her fingers to achieve it. Their voices, their postures, whenever they appeared in this era, they would bring about tremendous changes. In a sense, Impermanent was the culmination of all heavenly demons, the ultimate heavenly demon with the talents of Enchantress, Saint Demon, and Azura, the final form of all heavenly demon evolution. Among billions of heavenly demons, it was only possible for an impermanent heavenly demon to be born with an extremely rare probability. Among the entire population of heavenly demons in the endless gods' domains, the number of impermanent heavenly demons was no more than a few, and they were a dangerous presence capable of corrupting even deities, deserving the title of Supreme Heavenly Demon. You are too dangerous. Blue divine seal representing order was shining on Yuan Shi's forehead. It was the protection granted by the guardian of the Sky Tower to the Starry Sky Chess Master, and it was also the shield Yuan Shi used to resist impermanent. Order, divine seal? Even the impermanent heavenly demon couldn't help but furrow her brows upon seeing that seal. The wielder of the blue divine sword. The guardian of order in the Sky Sword God's domain. The gatekeeper of the Sky Tower, the oldest Sky Sword. Even the supreme heavenly demon had to be slightly wary of the Sky Sword, because this place was the absolute domain of the blue divine sword. If it weren't for the different flow of time between the heavenly demon realm and the real world, she might have already come to kill. He actually has the protection of that. I see. So it's even more delicious. So what if it's the Sky Sword? We have already made the Sky Sword fall before. Enchantress, Saint Demon, and Azura, who were lingering in the void, looked at the blue mark on Yuan Shi's forehead, showing no signs of backing down. Rather, it was precisely because of this that the taste of that fruit became even more delicious and tempting, like violating taboos. Heavenly demons, the most reckless and wanton creatures in the world. For they are nearly immortal, born with the power of sentient beings, they can constantly resurrect. As long as there are still populations of sentient beings in this world, the heavenly demon clan will never perish. Even someone as powerful as the Azure God Sword Lilibet can at most only drive them away. It is impossible to kill them. Most of the time, even Buddhist monks are helpless in the face of them. Maintaining inner peace is the best outcome. You could have chosen the easiest option. Impermanent shook her head, disappointed with Yuan Shi's refusal. No one can refuse impermanent heavenly demon's demands. As the supreme heavenly demon, impermanent has countless ways to make sentient beings submit. Whether to accept or refuse, it doesn't really matter much to impermanent. One who attracts heavenly demons will also be entangled by heavenly demons. From the moment you completed that mask, your life will be entangled with heavenly demons. Now, it's too late for regrets. Impermanent extended her snow-white hand and forcefully wiped away the azure mark on Yuan Shi's forehead. As the supreme heavenly demon, she possesses this power, and being at the pinnacle of the heavenly demon hierarchy, the supreme heavenly demon is no less powerful than the Sky Sword. In terms of the power of the mind, Impermanent is even stronger than the wielder of the Azure God Sword, making her the strongest heavenly demon at the peak of countless heavenly demons. Once targeted by impermanent heavenly demon, sentient beings are bound to become agents of change, disrupting the river of destiny and causing great turmoil. In the era of the twilight of the gods, they transform into witches, guiding the giants to wage a war against the gods at dusk. In the age when gods descended, they guarded the many tombs of ancient gods, ultimately allowing the once dead gods to be resurrected once again. In the endless nightmares, they spread hope as well as despair. Neither light nor darkness, they are children of twilight, messengers who walk between light and darkness. The only rule they must abide by is to find their own spokesperson and intervene in the world through them. No one knows when this rule started, but all heavenly demons instinctively follow this rule from birth, including Impermanent, the supreme heavenly demon. When possessed by the Enchantress, sentient beings will transform into enchanting beauties, causing chaos in society. When possessed by the Saint Demon, sentient beings will grow a third eye and often walk the earth in the form of holy maidens. When possessed by the Azura, sentient beings will become berserk warriors, throwing themselves into never-ending battlefields, ceaselessly killing. And the sentient beings chosen by Impermanent will go even further, becoming kings, heroes, and even stepping into the field of the legend rank, leading an era. Heavenly demon. That's what they are. Impermanent is formless, illusory, and mysterious. The heavenly demon recorded in the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll are all enchantresses, so She never thought about how extraordinary the heavenly demons she encountered were, or even how they eventually caught the attention of Impermanent. Being favored by Impermanent signifies that She has the potential to step into the legend rank and unleash a storm of fate. Such seeds are rare, capable of forging the perfect six-sized demon mask, which is a testament to She's highest affinity towards the heavenly demons. Otherwise, Enchantress, Saint Demon, Azura, they wouldn't have come in droves and eventually led to the manifestation of the ultimate heavenly demon. Now, no one can stop our contract. Unleash your body and mind. Let me see all your memories. Impermanent slightly lifted her mask, revealing her delicate cherry-like lips. Without the protection of the Order God's seal, faced with the voice emanating from the supreme heavenly demon, She clearly knew it was not permissible, but she couldn't help but kiss her. It was completely unexpected that even though She was already dominated, her body responded with such expertise by forcefully kissing Impermanent, causing her eyes to show evident wavering. Chapter 902. Interwoven memories for Shi. Impermanent removing her Order God seal undoubtedly greatly reduced her resistance to the temptation of heavenly demons. But on the other hand, it also symbolized that a certain desire within his heart began to intensify drastically. What was originally only a fantasy was now being realized. The sudden kiss was an expression of this fantastical impulse. Since a moment ago, Shi has been losing control of herself. Even though Impermanent's stature appeared to be similar to White Moon's, She couldn't suppress the constantly surging desires within her heart. Compared to the desires for Enchantress, Saint Demon, and Azura, this desire is even stronger, even more scorching. It's as if his body instinctively yearns for everything about the other person, and She herself can't understand where this intense impulse is coming from. She fiercely sucked on the small, fragrant tongue, and this time, Impermanent finally experienced the overwhelming, bone-melting sensation that Enchantress and Azura had felt before. Something's not right. Why does this feeling of soul resonance feel so sweet? His body, bit by bit, began to lose control, as if it was about to melt. Memories surged forth, but it wasn't a one-sided retrieval. It was a fusion of both sides. Impermanent saw a young boy named Shi going about his ordinary life in a small town. His memories, starting from the moment he opened his eyes, reflected countless trajectories of starlight. Unknown to whom, he was abandoned beneath a blooming plum tree, and scarlet petals fell onto his body, seemingly shielding him from the cold of the night. Soon, a couple passing by this secluded path discovered the child, their eyes filled with joy and seemingly not surprised by this. They knelt down and offered their prayers. It seems they didn't just happen to pass by here, but came specifically for this child. The wife even brought a steaming bottle. Soon, this child grew up. He curiously observed the world, studied hard, and followed an ordinary life path like most ordinary people. Then, he encountered a slightly aloof and mysterious childhood sweetheart. Slowly, more childhood sweethearts appeared, and the young man had worries, fearing whether his first love would stay in this ordinary small town. From Impermanent's perspective, there were many mysterious aspects in this situation. After that mysterious childhood sweetheart Huahua appeared, the originally ordinary small town gained many shops with unknown origins. These shops often sold various ingredients and gemstones from the endless gods' domains at unbelievably low prices, all of which could be considered high-end luxury goods. Only the young man himself didn't realize how rare the things sold in those shops were, and the prices were so cheap that they could only be described as blood-stained profits. Many of them were even considered extinct treasures. Time passed, and the young man slowly grew up. Finally, his 16th birthday arrived. He looked up at the stars, and it seemed like he had grown up overnight. He also had a beloved golden-haired puppy by his side. That night, he awakened a talent within his bloodline, and his combat power began to skyrocket. He even killed a third-order greenskin river hippo in his first battle. Next, the girl was dragged by her childhood sweetheart into their house, opening a forbidden door. He put on a black maid uniform. Boom. As soon as Impermanence saw that black maid uniform, her soul boiled with excitement. She finally understood why she felt the young man's call from beyond the stars and returned from the extraterrestrial battlefield to her hometown, the endless gods' domains. Once lost memories were reviving, resonating loudly. Those were things she had once forgotten, her past before becoming the supreme heavenly demon. She saw the battlefield. Black clouds covered everything, and the demon humans blocked the sun, preventing the earth from receiving its light. The land in this area turned into a lifeless dark gray, where people couldn't grow crops or drink clean water. The most heavily polluted areas had no survivors left. The demon-human armies, under the control of the evil gods, constantly poured out from the opened abyss, greedily occupying everything in this land. Life, plants, living beings. They were all food for the demon humans. The Black Demon Dog Army wouldn't spare any human survivors. Whether they were elderly and near death or infants who hadn't yet been weaned, any human discovered would become food for the Black Demon Dogs. The appetite of the Black Demon Dogs would never be satisfied. They faithfully carried out the orders of their higher-ranking demon humans, completely exterminating all humans. Demon humans do not need human beings. Their strong ability to create living beings out of nothing enables them to create a complete system of demonized creatures. What they need is resources, land, plants, and all living intelligent beings. This land is the closest to the abyss, the realm with the highest level of contamination. Their bodies are just skeletons, with countless demonized fungi wriggling on their pale bones. Dragons, breath-breathing dragons, circle in the sky, and black demon dogs patrol the earth, including mutated elite breeds with 2 heads. Underground, crawling demon bugs are digging holes and constructing the unique underworld warfare system of the demon-human world. They cultivate various toxic mushrooms and greedily absorb the last trace of vitality from this land. Polluting everything, plundering everything, the ultimate goal of the demon humans is to destroy everything in this world and establish a kingdom of evil gods on the ruins. Blood splattered as the girl stepped onto the battlefield. She had icy cold eyes, unparalleled beauty, wore a black maid outfit, and carried a blood-stained magic sword on her back. Chapter 903. The Princess and the Demon Dog. Blood spread everywhere. It was unbelievable. Even though they were demonized creatures, the blood flowing through the bodies of demon humans was still red. Even when they were beheaded, they would still let out sounds of pain. When their bodies were torn apart, they would also show expressions of fear in their eyes. It was as if they were living humans. Yet, they were a group of man-eating monsters. No matter how many, they would kill them all. Stepping over mountains of corpses and oceans of blood, the Princess of Slaughter advanced without cease. Demon humans, for the most part, are beings that have transformed from former humans. The higher the aptitude they had as humans, the higher their rank as demon humans becomes. The vast majority of humans are unable to complete the transformation into demon humans and ultimately become food for black demon dogs, becoming a part of them and revealing their fangs to humans. On the other hand, a successfully transformed demon human is a true servant of the evil gods, the vanguard of their invasion into the world, and even the weakest ones have the strength to command a squadron of black demon dogs. However, in front of the princess donning a black maid outfit, whether it be black demon dogs, demon humans, or even the skeletal wyverns of the Sky Overlord, they all make no difference. Kill them all. Leave none alive. In the most contaminated areas, kill everything. Endless bloodshed, slaughter, yet the black maid outfit remains pristine, absorbing all traces of blood and becoming a part of the killing princess. Walking on the battlefield of slaughter, she long ago forgot her naive appearance wearing princess dresses. She can never return to the past, the carefree time when she was doted on by her parents and blessed by everyone. The appearance of demon humans destroyed everything she had. Father, mother, teachers, all loved ones, all friends, even the nation. The land she stands on right now, this post-apocalyptic scenery filled with dust, this barren wasteland where not even a trace of vitality can be seen, is the very nation she once swore to protect. She once firmly believed that she had such talent, such a mission. However, the mission has long vanished. The things she needed to protect no longer exist anywhere. Looking up at the sky, there is no sunlight, nor is there any hope. The ground beneath her feet has lost even its lament, having long turned into a hellish realm. In such a world, it is impossible to save anything. Everything she wanted to protect has turned to dust in history. People will not remember that there was once a prosperous and happy nation on this land, with hardworking and ambitious people as well as trusted royalty. The civilization and history of this country vanished on the day the abyss was opened. People even curse and hate this once prosperous nation, believing that they brought about the terrifying disaster of the demon humans. As the last survivor of this nation, the girl has cried and refuted, but no one believes her words. Her princess status is no longer recognized, and she has been expelled from the country that was once supposed to be her betrothed. In this world, there is no one to trust. The only thing she can trust is her own sword. This is the truth that the girl finally realized after being expelled by the country that once protected her. From then on, the world lost a princess loved by others and gained a great sword made walking on the path of slaying monsters and demons. Her sword is no longer the art that intoxicated people at royal balls. It has become a deathly blade that weaves a storm of blood and gore. From that day on, the girl no longer wept. All her tears have long dried up. Only blood and slaughter can satisfy the girl's heart. The sword dance belonging to the killing princess started resounding on the battlefield from that day. Roar! The earth trembled, and the sky quivered. In the endless mountains, colossal creatures ran continuously, bringing the scent of doomsday and molten lava. The highest-ranked demon creature of the Demon-Human Legion. The king of the Black Demon Dog Legion. The ultimate demon dog named after an ancient mythological creature, Cerberus. The immortal three-headed demon dog, the guardian of the underworld, emerged before the killing princess, using the mountains as stepping stones. Each of its heads presented a different posture. The head on the left perpetually burned with unextinguishable flames. The head on the right was wrapped in freezing frost. The head in the middle roared with black lightning. This was the pinnacle beyond all black demon dogs, the ultimate three-headed demon dog, taking the name of the underworld's gatekeeper, a creature whose power could rival that of a deity. The three-headed hellhound, Cerberus. Its body was colossal enough to crush a mountain peak with one step. The flames emitted by its fire head alone melted the rocks beneath its feet, while the frost released by its ice head froze them in place. The black, serpent-like tail slithered eerily behind it, occasionally transforming into a venomous snake, eagerly opening its gaping mouth. It was this demon dog king that broke through the kingdom's final defense system, trampled upon the former capital, and submerged the kingdom's last hope beneath an endless abyss of monstrous creatures. Returning alone to her homeland, the killing princess was met with nothing but the aftermath of the demon dog king's rampage. Not even able to find the bodies of her loved ones. Not even a trace of illusion remained, as the princess returned to her once warm home, only to see countless claw marks and long-dried blood. Finally, I found you. The difference in ranks between the two was immense, even more disparate than their physical sizes. Having slaughtered countless demonized creatures, even targeting double-digit ranked killing princesses among the higher-level demon humans, it understood the strength of the enemy before it better than anyone else. As the ultimate creature, Cerberus possessed power rivaling that of a true deity. If not for its slightly lacking intelligence, it might have already become a member of the Dark Gods. It was precisely due to its birth that the Black Demon Dog Legion, initially created as a war tool by the demon humans and always used as cannon fodder, separated from the demon human army and grew increasingly powerful. Like mushrooms after the rain, New mutated breeds emerged in endless succession. Why a black demon dog, originally nothing more than expendable cannon fodder, would give birth to Cerberus with combat prowess rivaling that of a dark god, has always been a mystery. As long as this monster exists, all the nations in this world will ultimately become food for the abyss. Within the Holy Alliance, there is not a single hero capable of stopping this Cerberus. All the Greatsword Maids combined are no match for this insane demon-human king. Its madness, its greed, its power of destruction, all embody the will of the abyss itself. Its appearance in this world is the abyss's greatest malice towards this world, as if heralding the countdown to its destruction. If this Cerberus cannot be defeated, then there is no hope or future for this world. Lurking in the old capital, once it unleashes its attack, it will bring about the true doomsday. The killing princess looked at the almost disappearing scar on the central dog head of Cerberus, which was the final desperate measure her country took, and also the reason why this ultimate demon human had not attacked temporarily. Chapter 904. The final waltz. Her father, mother, and the resistors who guarded the capital until the very end, in this way, gave their princess time to grow. That almost completely disappearing scar was the last trace of their existence. After today, perhaps everything will vanish. The country that once existed, the once gentle father, mother, maid, those who loved her, those she loved, the country she wanted to protect. Today, the princess will dance for the last time. Once, this was her favorite thing, the sword dance of the waltz, the art that perfectly combined dance and swordsmanship. Everyone praised her. She was the most dazzling star at every ball. Her sword dance always brought smiles and admiration. The waltz princess is about to dance her final dance of life here. The sword, long stained with the blood of monsters, has almost lost its original appearance. The black maid uniform, after consuming the blood of countless demons, even carried a trace of eerie aura. Her body understood better than anyone else. Endless slaughtering, not even willing to give herself a moment of rest. This body has long reached the brink of collapse. The aura of demons, flesh and blood corroding this body. She is stepping closer to her demise. Do you regret it? If you are willing to sell your body and continue performing that beautiful waltz, how much comfort can you find in living? However, a proud princess will not bow her head. Even if the country is destroyed, even if she has nothing, she will not give up. Since she can no longer dance her beloved waltz at the ball, she will dance on the battlefield. She will use her sword to slay all the demon humans. With her dance steps, spinning, leaping, feeling the greatest terror between life and death, there is nothing left to lose. So, the dance will not stop. The final waltz, dedicated to the king, the queen, all those who love her, and all those she loves. Boom! Countless flashes of lightning exploded in the dim sky as thunder descended. Running Cerberus, with its overwhelming momentum, charged towards the killing princess who brandished her sword against it. Its 4 feet were entwined with flames of hell. Its body was covered in a thick, icy armor. Countless black thunderbolts crashed down, a natural calamity, field, that the ultimate demon dog possessed. Waited for you for a long time. The killing princess smiled, truly unleashing all of her power for the first time. Black patterns entwined on her maid outfit-clad skin, proof of her demonic transformation, the ultimate fate of the killing princess, tainted by the flesh and blood of countless demons she slaughtered. She didn't want anyone to see her current state, so she disregarded everyone's opposition and ventured alone into her once homeland, the deepest, most contaminated area of the land, the demon-human stronghold guarded by the Cerberus, the king of hellhounds. From the very beginning, she never intended to return alive. Let the tale of a hero be eternally remembered. At least she would die as a human, in the way she chose, giving herself a bloody resolution. Release, 30%. In her ears, she could hear the call from the abyss, the whispers of the malevolent gods. The malevolent gods not only didn't oppose the killing princess who had slaughtered countless demons, but instead, they were particularly delighted to corrupt, transform, and ultimately turn an originally innocent young girl into a monster. That is the true demon. A slain demon human is nothing but waste. What the malevolent gods need are things stronger, more terrifying. Yes, just like at this moment, the twisted figure of the princess manifested as she unleashed the demonic flesh corrupted within her body, wielding the god weapon in her hand. The princess at this moment was so enchanting in the eyes of the malevolent gods. More than one god gazed at the battlefield from the abyss, extending an olive branch to the princess immersed in the waltz. The sword light, like thunder, like a storm, carrying an unimaginable beauty, leaped upon the gigantic body of Cerberus. Cerberus's icy armor, which could withstand forbidden spell attacks, was continuously cut and torn by the magnificent sword light. Blood splattered. The blood of the ultimate demon dog carried a strong smell of sulfur, a lethal venom that even a drop of it could be fatal, a cursed material coveted by witches in their dreams. Even the black maid outfit couldn't absorb the toxic blood from Cerberus. The girl's skin was burned, but not charred. More black patterns appeared on the girl's body, a sign that her demonic transformation was deepening. Just like an open Pandora's box, once that forbidden door is pushed open, there is only despair surging out from within and no hope. Release level, 50%. The figure of the killing princess transformed into a phantom darting through the mortal realm, appearing as if there were 100 of her dancing upon the body of Cerberus. It was a deadly waltz step, an endless storm of sword blades. Empowered by the flesh and blood of demonic forces, the god weapon underwent a more exaggerated transformation, its massive sword blades cutting and tearing mercilessly through the mythic strength of Cerberus' body. Cerberus roared in fury at the heavens, as the never-ending thunder of darkness struck its own body. To compete against mythic creatures in terms of vitality was a joke, for how could the human body possibly match the resilience of mythical beings? Furthermore, Cerberus' body possessed the ultimate form of absolute immortality, serving as the key that connected to the realms of the underworld. The elegant figure in black danced amidst the lightning's glow. Demon flesh liberation, 100%. Those were sword blade arcs surpassing the speed of lightning, the most magnificent and flawless waltzing sword dance performed by the killing princess. Using the massive body of the king of black demon dogs, Cerberus, as her stage, the killing princess executed the highest waltz steps. In the stunned gaze of the evil gods, the enormous body of Cerberus was dismembered, split apart, and its 3 heads crashed to the ground, biting their own tongues. That was the most magnificent sword dance unseen by any humans, the final trace left by the strongest greatsword made in this world. No one knew of the great achievements she had accomplished. She, who had disappeared during the Abyssal War in her homeland, achieved feats that no other greatsword made had ever accomplished. That waltz which resounded amidst the dark thunder became an unknown masterpiece. Not long after, the human Holy Alliance launched a final counterattack against the Abyss stronghold. The entrance to the Abyss, guarded by the king of black demon dogs, was completely shattered and sealed, bringing forth the dawn upon the land. Only the Black Maid's uniform was found in the Abyss, the final relic of the killing princess. Chapter 905. Farewell of the Princess in the Endless Gods' Domains. Those who witnessed the killing princess's final waltz were only a few evil gods who cast their gazes from the abyss. Now, there was one more person. Considered the most formidable with the power to slay gods, the king of black demon dogs, Cerberus, was struck down 13 times by the killing princess's never-ending waltz in that battle. In the end, it suffered severe injuries and retreated back into the abyss, entering a long period of slumber. That was the only defeat for this hellhound, hailed as a mythic creature. If it weren't for its undying body blessed by the power of the underworld, it would have likely turned into dust long ago. However, the killing princess, who had succeeded in killing Cerberus, the gatekeeper of the underworld, 13 times in a row, finally reached her limit. The final swirling dance step gently descended as the killing princess stood amidst the abyss, lifting her head. With the loss of Cerberus' demonic power, the endlessly dark sky finally revealed a glimmer of dawn. How long has she been fighting here? The body of the hellhound Cerberus has endless regenerative abilities. Each time it is killed, it becomes even more ferocious. Countless dark thunderbolts have struck the demonic incarnation body of the killing princess. The hellish inferno, the icy cold that freezes the soul, the lightning radiating an aura of godslaying. Even with her demon blood and flesh fully unleashed, the body of the killing princess reached its limit days ago. She killed Cerberus 13 times, forcing it into a slumber to recover. The killing princess took a full 7 days and nights to accomplish this. Humans are impossible to possess such power. Even the superior demon humans cannot face this insane hellhound Cerberus. The conditions to kill Cerberus once are extremely demanding. Its body must be thoroughly destroyed, and its 3 heads and tail must be severed. If any of these 3 conditions are not met, Cerberus' undying body will not be defeated, and it can quickly recover from any injuries. It took the killing princess 2 days to find a way to successfully kill 3-headed Cerberus, sever the tail, decapitate, and then dismember. Only after completing these 3 stages can it be considered as killing the 3-headed Cerberus. As the guardian of the underworld, the 3-headed hellhound Cerberus naturally possesses the protection of the underworld deities. It is a mythical creature that embodies the concept of immortality. The king of black demon dogs, who acquired the true name Cerberus, also inherited most of the concepts of the 3-headed hellhound Cerberus. Its formidable undying body is the reason it is known as the god-slaying black beast. The killing princess completed 13 consecutive kills, finally banishing the 3-headed hellhound Cerberus back into the abyss, accomplishing an unimaginable feat. If the Sacred Alliance had faced the 3-headed hellhound Cerberus at that time, they would have undoubtedly been completely wiped out. This terrifying 3-headed hellhound Cerberus is the ultimate trump card used by the evil gods to attack this world. In the dark abyss, the killing princess wiped off the blood stains on her greatsword, the real blood of mythical creatures. Just a drop of it can corrode human bodies into nothingness. However, such blood, when it dripped onto the killing princess's body, did not inflict any harm and was even absorbed by her own body. The evil gods in the abyss watched with excitement as the killing princess, who had defeated the 3-headed hellhound Cerberus, eagerly anticipated her descent into corruption. They believed that soon an unprecedented and terrifying monster would be born in this abyss. This achievement satisfied the evil gods even more than conquering this world. By sending their own minions to invade the human world and turning it into a part of the abyss, what is the purpose of the evil gods? It's not that the abyss needs the resources of this world. It lacks nothing in terms of resources. What they crave are the indescribable beings born from the distortion of the world, monstrous entities that appear only after the corruption of the world's will, which can be assimilated as supplements to the abyss faction. After the abyss takes over certain large worlds, it may even give rise to creatures that even the evil gods themselves would be astonished by. The 3-headed hellhound, Cerberus, was also born as the ultimate monster during an attack on the Western god's domain. In other words, the purpose of the abyss is not plunder, but war itself. War, blood, slaughter, despair, terror. The delicacies bred from these are the true targets of the evil gods. For the evil gods, indulging in such delicacies is a carnival feast. In the eyes of the world, the invasion of the Abyss army, its corruption and destruction of the land, are all mere byproducts serving the purpose of war. Now, the killing princess is the unparalleled delicacy that has emerged in the eyes of the evil gods from this world. In order to vie for her ownership, the evil gods who initiated this demon-human war have even turned against each other. Mine, she's mine. She belongs to me. Get lost. I was the first to open this world's gateway. That sweet and delicious taste, it's amazing. Almost half of the high-ranking demon humans we sent out were killed by her. She even defeated that stupid Cerberus. How delicious must her soul and flesh be? As the evil gods brandish their tentacles, They greedily stare at the beautiful figure wiping her great sword. In the eyes of the evil gods at this moment, this beautiful figure is the most delicious food in the world, the tastiest cake that melts in the mouth and makes their whole bodies tingle. The brazen whispers were heard crystal clear by the killing princess. She had long anticipated and understood this outcome. Her body has already been infiltrated by demonic flesh, connecting with her nerves, bones, and blood vessels. The parts of her body that could be called human no longer exist anywhere. How could a human possess the power, speed, reflexes, and triple immunity to flames, frost, and thunder necessary to slay the three-headed hellhound, Cerberus? This body has long become a monster among monsters. Even the concept of a demon human is surpassed by her. Even if the strongest demon human were to appear before her, it would likely be resolved in just a few strikes. Her great sword, after devouring the blood of the three-headed hellhound Cerberus, is now ablaze with infernal flames. Ironically, while she slayed the most powerful hellish black beast, she herself surpassed the three-headed hellhound Cerberus and became an even more terrifying monster. Those fanatical evil gods have already begun eagerly reaching out to her, wanting her to become the star of the Abyss faction. I have no interest in such matters. Proudly lifting her head, the killing princess looked at the last rays of light shining on her body and smiled. Chapter 906. Her contract. It's been a long time, sunlight. How long has it been since I last saw such radiance? So, the dark canopy shrouding her homeland was created by Cerberus. That monster, renowned as the strongest black beast, indeed possesses such terrifying power. Even after killing it 13 times in a row, she could still sense that this colossal creature seemed restricted and unable to unleash its true power in this world. There is nothing left for her to regret. Her life ends here. The legend of the killing princess comes to a close here. She didn't want anyone to see her ghastly and hideous appearance, her flesh assimilated with demon blood. Thank you. She raised the great sword in her hand, and the killing princess looked at the black patterns covering her face. This is the cursed sword that accompanies her in endless slaughter, and also her beloved sword. She still remembers how thrilled she was when she received this gift from her father on her 13th birthday. Back then, this sword didn't have the twisted appearance like it does now. It was a very splendid sword, adorned with gemstones, and its hilt was as elegant as an angel. This sword and she were a perfect match. Holding this sword, she had performed countless dazzling dance steps, earning applause for her waltz from everyone. As the dancing princess, the star of tomorrow, she used to believe so strongly that her dance steps would bring happiness to people. But that fantasy turned into a nightmare when the dark canopy descended and Cerberus emerged from the depths. Having lost everything, all she had left was this sword and dance steps that would never be appreciated again. At that time, she made a choice, a pact with a mysterious entity that no one knew about. Thus, the waltz that brought happiness to people turned into a murderous sword dance. Wherever she went, she would inevitably bring endless bloodshed, with countless demon humans falling beneath her sword. And with each demon human she killed, her power grew stronger, and her body gradually transformed into that of a demon. When she had nearly exterminated all the demon humans in the outside world, her level of demonization had reached an almost impossible-to-hide extent. Therefore, she eventually ventured alone into the deepest contaminated area, while she still had not fully turned into a demon, to fulfill her final mission. She didn't want the people who fought alongside her to see her in such a hideous state. Even though the end of bloodshed was her inevitable fate, she hoped the legend of the killing princess would continue. Now, I no longer deserve to wear this maid outfit. Completely demonized, she had become the utmost form of a demon. I hope that the next person to inherit this greatsword maid will not repeat my tragedy. As she caressed her black maid outfit, the killing princess's gaze became gentle. Yet, No one dared to speak out because she was an indispensable sword of the Sacred Alliance, the most fearsome and powerful greatsword made. Her greatsword was the most powerful and terrifying weapon against the demon humans. Even the demon humans stronger than her fell under that exceptional magic sword. The name, the Killing Princess, became a legend, a fearsome legend, the renegade among the greatsword maids. People would never understand the price she had paid to obtain such power. What sacrifices did she make to bring about the final peace? That contract. Yunshi looked at the black-made outfit that finally fell into the abyss, finally realizing who she had made the contract with. Heavenly demon, and an impermanent one. The supreme heavenly demon not recorded in the Paranirmata Vasavartan scroll. She gazed into the abyss, and the abyss gazed back at her. In the end, she also became a part of the nightmare, not as a servant of the abyssal gods, but as a transformed being of a higher order. She had become a heavenly demon. Chapter 907. The princess's true name. Even if she was destined to become a demon, she would not belong to anyone. To become the incarnation of a heavenly demon was the choice made by the Killing Princess herself. She killed Cerberus 13 times in a row, severely injuring numerous evil gods. The Killing Princess, in the name of slaughter, accomplished an unprecedented feat as a great sword maid. Even though no one knew, she had no regrets. As time passed, the black maid outfit that represented the ill-fated destiny of the Killing Princess became the heirloom of the great sword maid, passing through the hands of many. There were also those who tried to acquire the inheritance, but no one succeeded. This black maid outfit, stained with countless demon blood, including that of the mythical creature Cerberus and the blood of evil gods, was simply too much for mere mortals to bear. Until one day, a young man who knew nothing of this inheritance picked it up. The abyssal aura that clung to the black greatsword maid outfit inexplicably acknowledged this young man. The curse, mission, and tragedy that the Killing Princess once carried were also passed down to the young man. The young man was completely unaware of this destiny. Do I have to fight those evil gods too? And what about that big dog? This wasn't a memory of the previous owner of the black maid outfit. Yunshi really had no idea. No wonder he went into a berserk state when he saw that black demon dog on the street last time, only returning to his senses after dismembering the black demon dog. So, this black maid outfit had this kind of side effect. Whoever wears the Killing Princess maid outfit will inevitably fulfill the obsessions of the Killing Princess, entering a killing mode whenever encountering demon humans. In this world, we don't need creatures like demon humans. Only the dead demon humans are the best demon humans. And that's Cerberus. Kill it every time you see it. Of course, such severe side effects come with equally powerful abilities. When facing demon humans, the magic sword of the Killing Princess will unleash 300% of its power. When facing Cerberus, the magic sword can temporarily unleash the power of demonic flesh and blood. The more it is unleashed, the stronger the killing intent becomes. With each slaughter of a demonic creature, the power of the magic sword amplifies. Currently, it hasn't reached its limit yet. This magic sword is a god weapon with the potential to reach the level of godslaying. Sword name: Blood Waltz, a magic sword specialized in dealing with demons. Inscription on the sword: the endless waltz offered to the blood-stained princess. After understanding the origin of the magic sword and the weighty fate represented by the black maid uniform, Yunshi finally obtained the secret inheritance of this cursed greatsword maid outfit. The intertwined memories opened a door to a new world for him. It can be said that the current Yunshi is truly a greatsword maid, a divine apostle who has obtained the complete inheritance of the greatsword maid. However, the inheritance of the Killing Princess has long surpassed the concept of the greatsword maid system. This is the terrifying inheritance that leads to the path of the supreme heavenly demon. At the end of the path of endless slaughter, one will inevitably transform into a demonic creature, with only two choices: losing sanity and becoming a pure killing monster, or sacrificing oneself to become the supreme heavenly demon. The former allows one to retain their flesh and blood, becoming an indescribable horror monster. The latter will lose their physical body, but their soul will transform into another form, the supreme heavenly demon. Regardless of which choice, oneself will inevitably face destruction. Becoming a pure killing monster leaves no possibility of regaining sanity. Becoming the supreme heavenly demon will completely change the concept of existence, and one can no longer be called their former self. The killing princess, who was determined to seek revenge and bring peace to the world, is actually dead, killed in the final battle against Cerberus. Bathed in the faint light of the abyss, the one who chose self-sacrifice to offer their own body was merely the last obsession of the killing princess. The she who finally transformed into the supreme heavenly demon has become a being on a different level. Like a butterfly breaking free from its cocoon, the killing princess transformed into impermanent has already forgotten the memories and her name as a human. Impermanent, without form, from the moment of breaking free from the cocoon, everything from the past dissipates, and with the birth of the supreme heavenly demon, the memories of the past shatter as well. If it weren't for the intertwining memories with Yun-Shi and coming into contact with her final remnant, she would have probably long forgotten her wish as a human. Now, what has become of that wish? Impermanent stands still in Yun-Shi's memories, recalling the history that followed. The land that was corroded by the abyss never managed to regain its original form in the end. Desolation, toxins, everywhere you look. Even though the abyss's army was repelled and peace was restored to the world, the land where people lived remained desolate. The fairies summoned their kin from another god's domain, lifting up the uncorrupted forests and the mother tree. The Holy Alliance, along with the remaining greatsword maids, began the evacuation of the survivors in that god's domain. As the star bridge descended, all the survivors in the world left the abyss-contaminated realm. People gazed longingly at their homeland. Whether they were elderly with gray hair or infants held in their parents' arms, tears streaming down their faces. Everyone knew they couldn't go back, that they would never be able to return to this homeland in their lifetime. With the star bridge severed, this god's domain vanished from the star map of the endless gods' domains. After roughly 100 years, no one remembered the history or civilization of this world anymore. The living beings merged into other gods' domains and began a new life. No one remembered the name of the country the killing princess belonged to, but the legend of her being the most numerous and strongest slayer of demons carried on. In the history of the Greatsword Maid, she was recognized as the third-ranked warrior in terms of overall achievements, not including her final battle, where she was regarded as the most powerful greatsword maid in terms of individual combat prowess, the merciless and cold-blooded killing princess. It's a relatively good ending. After countless generations, Impermanent, who met her past memories by chance, smiled lightly. This is how it should be, her final wish fulfilled. Even though people had long forgotten the princess's name, and no one spoke her true name anymore, she felt content. As a human, perhaps she was a bit naive and unaware of the ways of the world, but in the end, she walked through her life without any regrets. The black maid uniform and the blood waltz found new owners and continued to fulfill the mission of the Greatsword Maid. Her life, without complaints, without regrets. At this moment, that long-forgotten name, once surrounded by flowers and enveloped in happiness, resounded in Impermanent's ears once again. The name representing the victorious goddess, the princess with an endless waltzing step, once the mightiest demon among greatsword maids, Elise. Chapter 908. Non-equivalent exchange. Impermanent suddenly raised her head, standing at the entrance of Yunshi town, unable to take another step forward. Why did he know her name? The quality of memory exchange is supposed to be equivalent, and as a supreme heavenly demon, her memories should be overwhelmingly superior to mere humans. It's like a balance, with one side being the divine and the other side being mortals. Regardless, the scales should tip in favor of Impermanent as a supreme heavenly demon. Why did she only see the young man being pulled by her childhood friend's hand to take the entrance exam for the Sword Palace, while he was already calling out her true name? The true name of the impermanent heavenly demon carries a special significance, representing the memory of impermanent's strongest heavenly demon before being a heavenly demon, or even you could say it is impermanent's only weakness. Just like something without a fixed concept, once it is named, it gains meaning in existence. Impermanent represents boundlessness. Impermanence represents the annihilation of all things. In Buddhist terminology, the meaning of impermanent and impermanence is the ultimate state of paranirmata vasavartan, which is why only a few of the strongest heavenly demons in the heavenly demon are called impermanent. Impermanent is born from sentient beings of wisdom, and from the moment of birth, even the closest person will automatically forget impermanent's name. Even the third-ranked her in the greatsword maid only left behind the alias, the killing princess. Even the fairy, Kingfisher, who once followed her, has forgotten her true name. Elise, this name, even impermanent herself has forgotten it, because it is no longer needed. Why? Do you know this name? Even I myself no longer remember it. Impermanent gazes at the other side of the world, where the greatsword stands in the deepest abyss, tainted by the bloody waltz of Cerberus. No, something isn't right. The amount of memory exchange between the two sides is clearly vastly different. So why is it that he knows this crucial true name before me? In the contract of the heavenly demon, it signifies that the one who holds the initiative in the contract is not the heavenly demon, but the contractee. Being known of one's true name by the other party also means that in the heavenly demon contract, the contractee's provided memory far exceeds the quality of one's own memory. This is impossible. All she sees is just the ordinary life of a 16-year-old boy, at most having a few somewhat unusual childhood friends. The world the young boy sees is so simple, peaceful. How could it possibly compare to the killing princess who has gone through endless abyssal slaughter and ultimately defeated Cerberus? Could it be that the contract believes that this ordinary 16-year-old boy's life completely surpasses her as the killing princess? This is unreasonable. Where exactly did things go wrong? If this continues, the initiative in the contract will completely reverse. She was the one who originally proposed the contract, forcibly erasing the disruptive order god seal, and it was also her who ultimately pulled the young boy into the soul field. So why is it that she, as the supreme heavenly demon, is the one at a disadvantage in the balance of the contract? What caused the scales of the soul to completely tilt towards the other side, to the point where even her own true name was leaked? The true name Elise, which was completely erased from the world long ago when she became the impermanent heavenly demon. Therefore, impermanent should be the strongest heavenly demon without any weaknesses. Similar to the white holy dragon with its sacred bloodline, the true name of impermanent also possesses extremely terrifying power, being the only thing that can bind this kind of supreme, heavenly demon-like impermanent. But, this is your name? She blinked, looking at the girl on the side of the peaceful town where she was born, as the dawn descended from the deepest depths of the abyss through the sky. The transformation into the killing princess, now a supreme heavenly demon, made her figure even smaller than before. Time had not left any traces on her, but seemed to flow backward. That appearance represented her as the youngest among all supreme heavenly demons and the latest to be born in the endless god's domains as impermanent. My name should not be known to you. Elise. Pronouncing this name, which she almost felt unfamiliar with, Elise made up her mind. Time, flow backward. She wanted to see where exactly, at which point in time, the positions of both sides on the balance of souls had been completely reversed. The ability to go against the flow of time and observe the past is a true domain of gods. Even for Elise, a supreme heavenly demon, casting this spell would come at a great cost. But not doing so is not an option, otherwise the initiative of the contract would be completely in Yunshi's hands. She needed to know what exactly she had seen that caused the complete imbalance of their souls. Vaguely, she had a premonition that she was playing with fire. However, she had absolute confidence in her impermanent body. No one can make a supreme heavenly demon commit the same mistake. They are the highest beings naturally positioned at the pinnacle of the heavenly demon. In the first year, Yunshi was taken in by his current foster parents. The second, third, fourth year, nothing out of the ordinary happened. The ninth, 10th, 11th year, no clues could be found, except for meeting those childhood friends. The 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, it all seemed like an ordinary life of a small-town youth, even though the town itself was somewhat peculiar, but the boy himself was just average. His dream was nothing more than marrying an ordinary childhood friend, inheriting his family's bakery, and then having a few children to live a happy and ordinary life. How could someone like him grow to the point of being able to summon a supreme heavenly demon? His first 15 years of life had nothing to do with the words legendary, to the extent that he probably couldn't even defeat a wild wolf. Compared to his invincible childhood friend, he was as insignificant as dust under the sun. With such a tiny soul, let alone supreme heavenly demon, he was even unfit to summon an enchantress. Why would the soul of such a person outweigh her on the balance of the contract and even obtain her long-sealed true name? Elisa's legend, blessed by countless people since birth, enchanting numerous nobles at her first formal ball, regarded as the future saint candidate when she attended the church school. Yunshi, dancing the bloody waltz, slaughtered millions of demons, ventured alone into the deepest contaminated areas, battled Cerberus for 7 days and nights, and killed the strongest black beast 13 times in a row. Sacrificing herself, she dealt fatal blows to numerous evil gods, transformed into the supreme heavenly demon, and earned the name Impermanent. Yunshi's legendary journey, abandoned by unknown parents by the roadside, she was adopted by an ordinary childless couple. He met Huahua, a talented childhood friend from the Western Gods domain, and completed her compulsory education at the public school in town. He became the owner of a bakery and formed closer relationships with her childhood friends. None. Even if he sacrifices millions or tens of millions of identical souls, his life still cannot compare to Elisa's finger. The contract with the heavenly demon is based on mutual consent. The two parties of the contract will naturally achieve a dynamic balance. The monks who summon the enchantress with the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll understand the terrifying nature of the heavenly demon more than anyone else. When summoning the heavenly demon, they are aware of the taboos involved and are cautious at all times. However, they still often lose themselves and perish. Unaware and fearless, Yunshi summoned the highest-ranked impermanent from the endless gods' domains, completely unaware of the madness of her actions. Even a highly cultivated monk who has attained the purity of the 6 senses and comprehended the concept of form is emptiness, emptiness is form, cannot resist the control of impermanent. Impermanent itself is the embodiment of great liberation, representing the true form of the supreme heavenly demon that stands opposite to the position of the fruit of profound wisdom in Buddhism. Charm, intelligence, strength. Impermanent possesses the highest rank in all aspects and has no weaknesses. It is not restrained by any Buddhist supernatural powers and represents the ultimate realm of the heavenly demon. If measured on the twin witches' golden scale, the counterpart of the impermanent heavenly demon is undoubtedly a deity, and a highly ranked one, at least 8th rank or higher. The soul quality of an 8th-ranked impermanent, in the balance of the contract, unexpectedly tilted towards Yunshi's side. This is an extremely unusual situation. Even if it has to pay a tremendous price of weakness, Impermanent must find out what exactly happened. At what point in time did the anomaly occur? After the age of 15, the timeline moved forward once again. Finally, the day of Yunshi's 16th birthday arrived. This day. Elisa's whole body trembled slightly. It was a day she had once overlooked but now finally realized that something was amiss. Because on this day, a mysterious object appeared by the young boy's side. On the young boy's 16th birthday, he received an extraordinary gift. This node that she had once inadvertently overlooked, when it appeared for the second time on this day, she realized that something was wrong. Where did that golden retriever come from? How could such a magical creature exist in this small town? That flawless golden fur, accompanied by wise and beautiful eyes, clearly belonged to one of the rarest and most extraordinary creatures in the Western Gods' domain, the legendary golden princess with the bloodline that brings luck to people. As someone who inherited the ancient royal bloodline of the Western Gods' domain, she unexpectedly overlooked such an unusual occurrence. Even she, who has only seen it in the church's illustrations, had never laid eyes on a golden retriever with such pure bloodline. That legend is not unfounded. The truly pure-blooded royal golden retriever originates from the same level of mythical creature as Cerberus, the legendary magical being said to bring luck and wealth to its owner. In order to prevent the bloodline of these miraculous golden retrievers from extinction, the royal families of the Western Gods' domain even resorted to forbidden means, allowing a fraction of these adorable, non-aging golden spirits to survive. Without exception, they are all golden princesses, and the pure-blooded golden retriever bloodline now only remains in the female branch. Chapter 909. Night of the Stars. How could she overlook such a glaring abnormality? As a former princess of the Western Gods' domain, even if she had never personally held a real royal golden retriever princess, she would never overlook such a unique and more precious than gold golden spirit. Undoubtedly, it all began on this day, with the mysterious golden princess appearing beside the young Yun Shi, and things started to become strange. Observation, complete observation, standing above the river of time, Impermanent widened her eyes, while the six-eyed heavenly demon emitted a cold brilliance, recording every minute and every second of Yun Shi's 16th birthday. In the morning, Yun Shi rolled off the bed, accidentally hitting his head, rubbing his swollen forehead with a helpless expression on his face. It seems like he had a nightmare. Pushing open the window, Yun Shi basked in the morning sun and said, "Hello, world. Happy birthday, Yun Shi." Just like any other ordinary morning, an ordinary and unremarkable young boy, preparing the bread, waiting for customers to arrive, and selling the arranged loaves one by one, until that youthful voice, accompanied by the sound of bells and footsteps, arrived. "Little Shi, here's your bread." With the understanding of a pair of lovers, Yun Shi gave the hidden cream-filled bread to his childhood sweetheart. "I love you to death, little Shi." Hua Hua, full of vitality, shining like the queen of summer, also brought light to the young boy's heart today. However, in Impermanent's eyes, the young boy didn't appear as happy as he seemed. His gaze always carried a hint of melancholy, as if a moment of parting was approaching. He was only 16, yet he behaved far more mature than his appearance suggested. Next, he began counting something peculiar. Ms. Miley from the flower shop at the street corner is 12 this year. Should be able to talk in 3 years. Miss Phyllis, the young lady from the neighboring town's gemstone shop, recently turned 17. It seemed that the shopkeeper hinted at the idea of me marrying into their family when I last visited. Yili, the daughter of the cake shop across the street, is also very cute. Unfortunately, she is only 9 years old this year. When the time comes, I must bid her farewell with a smile. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of hurried footsteps drew closer, and then Hua Hua, my childhood friend, skillfully kicked open the closed door as if she had practiced it countless times. "Little Shi, I forgot something. Regarding the bread, there is none left, right?" The young boy looked cluelessly at his childhood friend who had just returned. With horns continuously spinning on her head, Hua Hua's face turned red as she supported herself on her knees, panting heavily. This was definitely not due to fatigue, but from another factor, an unsettled girl's heart. It's not about the bread. What happened? It's your heart. It's your heart. You were being unfaithful just now. I heard it clearly. You were talking about Miley from the flower shop at the street corner, Phyllis from the gemstone shop in the neighboring town, and Yili from the cake shop across the street. You were being unfaithful. Hua Hua had an expression on her face that said, "I knew you were unfaithful, don't try to deny it," as she pointed at Yun Shi without a doubt. As childhood friends, Her intuition allowed her to see through Yuan-Shi's true nature. There's only one truth. How did you know? Uncle and Aunt specifically reminded me to never let you become complacent. Ah, was I caught? You idiot, you fool. I've said it countless times. You can only marry me. Hua pressed her sword directly against Yuan-Shi's neck. If you don't marry me, I'll give you a bloody ending. Especially Miley, Elphilis, and Yili, they are absolutely off-limits. The love troubles between the boy and the girl are always so youthful and moving. This section is fine. Impermanent frowned. Although she felt that the conversation here involved many things, it had nothing to do with her. As time passed, this day gradually approached its end. Tonight is the day when the young boy crosses the boundary between being 15 and 16. Alone, the young boy closed the shop and returned to his room upstairs. He lay on his bed, looking at the starry sky. On the table near the window, a small cake emitted flickering candlelight. It was the birthday cake the young boy had prepared for himself. As time passed slowly, Impermanent's concentration became increasingly astonishing. At present, every second of Yuan-Shi's life would be dissected by her into 60 frames, meticulously analyzed, without missing any details. Perhaps even Yuan-Shi himself wouldn't understand the events of this 16th birthday as well as Impermanent. The turning point of the world has arrived. Impermanent, in contrast to the time when Princess Jinmao suddenly appeared in Yuan-Shi's memory, was almost fully focused on observing Yuan-Shi, who seemed to be already asleep. The chime of 12 o'clock, the dividing line between the past and the present, 0 hour arrives. Impermanent finally saw what she wanted to see. However, the time scale and information contained in that scene instantly caused her consciousness to enter a state of self-collapse. Why didn't she notice the anomaly at that time point, and even subconsciously ignore Princess Jinmao appearing beside Yuan-Shi? Because what happened at that time point far exceeded what she could bear, surpassing the limits of her observation. She didn't remember what happened at that time point. It was the instinctual protection of her supreme, heavenly demon that made her subconsciously avoid the possibility of observing it. When she forcibly reversed time and returned to the scene at midnight of that day in the river of time, it brought about her own doomsday. Endless starlight, from the star bridge of the endless God's domains, from the extraterrestrial beyond the endless God's domains, traversed billions of light-years of distance and shone on the sleeping boy, in the gaps between dreams and reality. The amount of information brought by the brilliance of the stars, no one can bear it. That is the flow of information carried by the starry sky. It is the blessings and awakening call from the will of the stars. The Demon King cannot bear such a volume of information. Even the deities cannot receive the information from these starlights. The beautiful nebulae, the ancient star rivers, the vast star clusters, at this moment, all bring forth their voices, awakening a person. Above the serene town, a radiant starry sea is reflected. Endless brilliance descends from a distant place, bestowing infinite blessings of stars upon this small town. Endless brilliance descends from the sky, as if bestowing infinite blessings of stars upon this tiny town. The overwhelmingly vast flow of information even distorts the time scale of this world for a moment. Language and cognition, behavior and phenomena, mind and body, the will of the stars has arrived. Chapter 9:10. The collapsed Impermanent. Impermanent pressed her forehead, and the entire six-eyes demon mask began to shatter. Cannot observe. Observation is impossible. Interpretation, incorrect. Analysis, incorrect. That is a mystery that even as a supreme heavenly demon, she is not qualified to touch. It represents the brilliance of countless world origins, the traces left by the countless stars in the sky. The will of all sentient beings appears insignificant in the face of the brilliance of those stars. The Demon King and deities can't even accommodate the volume of information at this level, let alone just a part of it. Those brilliance not only represent the endless gods' domains themselves, but also carry information from beyond the endless God's domains. Except for the children favored by the stars, no one can bear the amount of information contained in these brilliance. It contains the mysterious knowledge of countless star births, brilliance, and memories of death. They are part of the sea of stars, a magnificent entity formed by countless worlds converging, the divine radiance embodying the essence of the endless realms. With countless gods' domains and an immeasurable number of sentient beings, even the rank of the creator gods is just a fraction of the vast sea of stars, the endless gods' domains. Elise, who has not truly reached the 9th rank, lacks the qualification to observe these starlights. If it weren't for her discovery of the special marker Yun Shi, she would never have noticed the traces left behind by the sea of stars in that instant. The stars are magnificent. They do not possess the concepts of darkness or light because they themselves are the essence that encompasses all concepts, the embodiment of the concept of starlit sky. The stars are also indifferent. They do not interfere in any wars, nor do they care about the destruction or death of individual stars. Because destruction, death, and rebirth are also part of the stars. The immense collection that encompasses all this information, recording and carrying everything, is known as the Sea of Stars. Within that endless stardust, who knows how many billions of pieces of information are recorded? The rise of civilizations, the birth of intelligent races, the appearance of deities, the creation of science, the connection of star bridges. No individual is qualified to bear the memories of the stars. To observe the memory capacity of the Sea of Stars from an individual's perspective is truly a futile endeavor. Unfortunately, Elise made this mistake. This has led to her existence becoming increasingly blurry. Although she has only observed fragments of starry memories, the massive amount of information is already overwhelming her physical body. After all, she is not a child favored by the stars, possessing the special privilege of being remembered by them and eventually returning, no matter how reckless her actions. Even the corporeal form of the impermanent, formless heavenly demon, after touching this taboo, begins to disintegrate and head towards its demise. At this moment, the 3 upper-level heavenly demons that have been lingering in the void, waiting for the infinitely small chance, almost simultaneously noticed Elise's abnormality. Originally, they had smoothly reached the final step of the contract. Impermanent, who was about to see everything come to fruition, started trembling violently, and a large amount of black energy began to emanate from its body. What's happening? Why does it look like it's been fatally wounded? Enchantress blinked her large eyes, witnessing for the first time the self-destruction of a supreme, heavenly demon. It's not just an appearance, she is truly dying. It's possible that she sustained a mortal injury even before her arrival. This was the highest possibility deduced by Saint Demon from countless improbable probabilities. However, this possibility was quite outrageous, to the point that even Saint Demon found it unbelievable. The impermanent, formless heavenly demon is an immortal existence. The only possibility of its death is if its true name is known by a higher-ranking entity, which is its sole weakness. However, this weakness only exists in theory because no one knows what impermanent's true name is. It is said that each impermanent's true name is erased from the timeline by some mysterious force at the moment of their birth, and even impermanent themselves won't remember it. Even if someone were to use the true knowledge prophecy, they would still be unable to know the wiped-out true name of impermanent from the timeline. Since the birth of the heavenly demon species, there has been no record of any impermanent's fall. They are undoubtedly the strongest heavenly demon. No one knows what impermanent's true name is, or how to obtain their true name. However, Yunshi is an exception. Although he himself doesn't know how he did it, through an unequal exchange with the heavenly demon, he paid the price of losing his memories of being 16 and directly learned the true name of the impermanent in front of him. Elise. It can be said that from the moment Yunshi uttered this name, impermanent's defeat was destined. Using time backtracking to find the reasons for their failure would be a complete self-destruction. I don't care. Let's go. It's really difficult for Azura to think about these questions about the rules of the world. What are we waiting for when we see a weak enemy in front of us? One word, kill. She wants to prove that even when facing the highest-ranking supreme heavenly demon, Impermanent, in the Heavenly Demon Clan, Azura's tribe dares to fight. Wait, you fool. That's why Azura's tribe is stupid. Watching Azura rush forward recklessly, Enchantress gritted her teeth and finally stomped her foot and descended as well. She is not as foolish as Azura, but this opportunity is extremely rare. Even Impermanent, who desires to form a contract, can't find another individual in the endless gods' domains. If this opportunity is missed, it is unlikely that there will be a target of this level to form a contract with for the rest of her life. The position of Enchantress is determined by the level of charm on the target. If you want to become the strongest Enchantress, you must charm the most perfect target. The probability of victory is over 50%, compared to impulsive Azura. Enchantress, who follows her own desires as a saint demon, is the one who finally makes the decision. Considering all known information, she calculated that her chances of winning were 50%. Impermanent, who fell into a critical state for unknown reasons. Azura, who is eager but lacks finesse. The greatest formidable enemy, Enchantress. With the calculation concluded, there is a need to give it a try. Finally, the last top-ranking heavenly demon also descended. Their common opponent, Impermanent with the true name Elise, was originally in a state of complete collapse, but with the addition of these three reinforcements, she unexpectedly gained a momentary chance to catch her breath. On the other hand, the three top-ranking heavenly demons who were planning to take advantage of the situation were instantly overwhelmed by endless fragments of memories, experiencing the same tragic fate as Elise. In just a few seconds, those affected by the wave were plunged into a fatal crisis of self-collapse, just like Impermanent. 3, 2, 1. Contract time with the heavenly demon. Over. Yuanxi opened his eyes and looked at the shattered six-eyed heavenly demon in front of him, a bewildered expression on the girl's face. Who are you? Chapter 911. The Reborn Heavenly Demon. Finally, the heavenly demon that appeared before Yuanxi was none of the four heavenly demons he knew. However, it possessed different characteristics from the four heavenly demons at the same time. She was about 1.6 meters tall, seemingly the average height of the four heavenly demons, with perfectly curved body lines and flawless, white skin, radiating strength. Her chest was high and prominent, showcasing Enchantress' inherent advantage, while her slender legs inherited Azura's contours, appearing exceptionally powerful. On her snowy white forehead, the third eye from Saint Demon slowly opened, exuding a radiance of infinite wisdom. The six-eyes demon mask, broken and only half remaining, hung from the end of her hair, a testament to the lingering presence of Impermanent. She was Enchantress and also Saint Demon. She was Azura and also Impermanent. Judging from the final stance, Saint Demon did achieve the final victory she envisioned, suppressing the chaotic Enchantress and Azura. Hence, the facial resemblance between this heavenly demon and Saint Demon was the greatest. However, Impermanent, who had reached the final step of the contract with Yuanxi, only had a small fragment left hanging in her black hair, giving a very weak sense of existence. I won. Saint Demon, who had gained dominance, smiled. Although some parts of her body felt somewhat unfamiliar, especially her heavy chest, she was the ultimate winner. Impermanent's consciousness fell silent. Enchantress and Azura were too eager to take the initiative, resulting in their memories being stirred up and thrown into disarray, like clothes thrown into a washing machine before terrifying memory fragments. In the end, Saint Demon, who entered last, became the one who laughed last. It appeared to be so. However, Saint Demon didn't have the chance to celebrate for long before she realized that the tragedy she had encountered was far from over. Those fragments hadn't disappeared at all. The memories from the stars continued to erode the existence of the four heavenly demons. Yuanxi's contract only weakened the destructive power of these memory fragments to a great extent, but the remaining small part still inflicted fatal harm upon them. Just less than 20 seconds after gaining control of the body, Saint Demon's consciousness, just like the other three heavenly demons, was thrown into the washing machine called stellar memory, undergoing the cleansing of the profound will of the stars. Therefore, the unique heavenly demon that unified the final four heavenly demons before Yun-Shi had a gaze that instantly became blank. There was never going to be a winner in this battle from the very beginning. Even when combined, the soul memories of the four heavenly demons were still so insignificant compared to what Elise had glimpsed. Their failure was destined. Ah, is this my heavenly demon? Yun-Shi looked at the heavenly demon before him, who was like a blank slate resembling a baby, and felt a sense of distress. Wasn't it said that the heavenly demon summoned by the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll was extremely dangerous, capable of seducing even the monks and making them lose control of themselves in the presence of Enchantress? If one can resist the temptation of Enchantress, then they can cultivate to reach the realm of seeing me, the Tathagata, and never fear any worldly temptation again. Why did the heavenly demon that he summoned, besides the initial one, become stranger and stranger, and in the end, even the original owner of the black maid outfit he possessed, the killing Princess Elise, appeared? Where is Elise gone now? What is going on with the heavenly demon in front of him right now, resembling a blank sheet of paper? In the mind of the heavenly demon, the brilliance of endless stars brushed again and again, almost cleansing the souls of the four heavenly demons, especially the most powerful impermanent heavenly demon, from head to toe. Only then did the consciousness of the new heavenly demon born from the fusion of the four heavenly demons emerge. This heavenly demon is not the Enchantress, not the Saint Demon, not the Azura, nor the impermanent. She possesses all the traits of the four heavenly demons, including memories and battle modes, but her sense of self is a blank slate, like a child in initial mode. As she opened her three eyes for the first time, the first thing she saw was Yun-Shi. Master! Master? The young heavenly demon looked at Yun-Shi and spoke for the first time. As a completely new heavenly demon that has never been born in the history of heavenly demons, she possesses the talents of three higher-ranked heavenly demons and one supreme heavenly demon. Charm, wisdom, and strength are all at their maximum racial values, along with the mysteries that only supreme heavenly demons possess. This is the strongest young heavenly demon to be born in the history of the heavenly demon race, a newborn heavenly demon with infinite potential. Elise? Yun-Shi only knew the true name of the last appearing impermanent heavenly demon, but had no idea of the importance of this true name to the impermanent heavenly demon. Elise, my name, she replied with a smile, accepting the name. As if being recognized by the world, the six-eyes demon mask, which was originally in a fragmented state, began to regenerate rapidly. Although it had not fully regained its perfect state, that is, the pseudo-ninth rank of the supreme heavenly demon, the recast six-eyes demon mask became even more exquisite, with each eye radiating an eerie and mysterious brilliance. She is not the killing Princess Elise. The real Elise had actually died during the 7 days and 7 nights battle with Cerberus. And she, too, is not that impermanent heavenly demon. Impermanent heavenly demon Elise was born from the body of Elise in response to her dying wish, a supreme heavenly demon. If one were to insist, she should be the third incarnation of Elise, a young heavenly demon born from the body of the second incarnation, supreme heavenly demon Elise, having merged with 3 higher-ranked heavenly demons of the same race. She possesses the traits of 3 higher-ranked heavenly demons as well as those of her mother, impermanent heavenly demon Elise. She has 4 different forms: the Enchantress that enhances seductive power, the Saint Demon that enhances wisdom, the Azurid that enhances combat strength, and the most powerful and terrifying, impermanent, supreme heavenly demon. Being able to switch between 4 postures and choose the most suitable heavenly demon form is the innate talent of the newly born Elise. Moreover, her racial value grants her the potential for further evolution towards a higher level. Humans cannot comprehend the form of existence of the heavenly demon. This immortal and extraordinary presence possesses an extremely terrifying adaptability. Faced with the overwhelming burden of the stellar memories, The four heavenly demons made the same choice. Abandoning their selves and shattering their own concepts, the four heavenly demons merged together, with impermanent as their core, to form a completely new heavenly demon body. All of this is based on the agreement of the four heavenly demons and the contract established with Yun Shi. Only by doing so can they survive the washing of the stellar memories. Finally, what was born is a heavenly demon that has never existed in the history of the heavenly demon population. This is a heavenly demon that possesses the power of the stars from the moment of its birth. This is the only one in the entire endless gods' domains, named Starry Celestial Demon Elise. Chapter 9:12. Your heavenly demon self-destruction caused by the memory of the stars. Also, because of the memory of the stars, it resurfaced from the wreckage once again. She is unique, the heavenly demon Elise belonging to Yun Shi. So, does this mean we have successfully completed the introductory chapter? Yun Shi extended his fingertip and touched the miniature six-eyes demon mask on Elise's horn. Unaware of the ecological nature of the heavenly demon race, he had no idea of the terror he had brought about. For him, who had been kissed by the four heavenly demons, the Elise in front of him was just a natural product of his cultivation of the Paranormida Vasavartan scroll. Let us keep silent for 3 seconds about the ignorance of the youth. Yes, I am the heavenly demon of my master. Elise sweetly smiled. Just as a newly hatched bird naturally regards the first creature it sees as its mother, Elise, who has been washed by the memory of the stars, naturally sees Yun Shi as the most important person to her. Enchantress, Saint Demon, Azura, and Impermanent, the four heavenly demons, have all become part of Elise. So, what just happened? Yun Shi is still confused until now. The ritual of the contract with the heavenly demon. Why is it completely different from what is recorded in the Paranormida Vasavartan scroll? That's because, as my master, you have the potential to become a heavenly demon. So many heavenly demons responded to your call. Elise walked to Yun Shi's side, tilted her small head, and instantly transformed. Enchantress, reappear. Master, this is Enchantress, one of my incarnations, the peerless Enchantress, who possesses stunning beauty with every move and a single glance that can cause romantic troubles, appeared again in front of Yun Shi. Ah, it's her. For Yun Shi, this is probably the only familiar heavenly demon, the orthodox heavenly demon recorded in the Paranormida Vasavartan scroll. Enchantress, a heavenly demon who excels at seduction. Elise licked Yun Shi's ear and instinctively wrapped her arms around his. Indeed, her charm is overwhelming. Yun Shi's heart raced with the alluring embrace of warmth and tenderness. She truly lived up to the description of the heavenly demon that could seduce even the most steadfast monks, as documented in the Paranormida Vasavartan scroll. Next is the Saint Demon, a heavenly demon who advocates for wisdom and possesses divinity. Elise transformed once again, appearing before Yun Shi as the Saint Demon donning a pristine white robe. That sacred and inviolable aura, coupled with an irresistible charm that made one want to protect her like a dependent bird, possessed a delicate strength that no one would associate with a being called Heavenly Demon. In the name of the Saint Demon, I bestow upon you the blessings of a saint. Mischievously, Elise pointed her finger at Yun Shi's forehead and bestowed a genuine and sacred blessing. Among the heavenly demon clan, the Saint Demon is the only one beloved by even the deities themselves. They are considered the prime candidates for saintly positions and are born as children of destiny. Lastly, there's this. The pristine robe was engulfed in raging flames, as if a ferocious demon was about to be born. Flames danced around her hair, and Elise transformed into the form of Azura. She was a monster that roamed the battlefield, a nightmare born from mountains of corpses and seas of blood, a killing machine tainted by the scent of endless bloodshed. In her eyes burned an unyielding and ceaseless intent to kill. Azura, the strongest battle-oriented heavenly demon. Aside from Impermanent, Her combat ability surpasses all others. Lastly, there's my original form, impermanent. Elise put on the mask of the six-eyed, heavenly demon and smiled faintly at Yunshi. Yunshi couldn't explain why, but when he looked at Elise wearing the six-eyed demon mask, he couldn't help but feel that she exuded a sense of mystery. Compared to the enchanting enchantress, the wise saint demon, and the deadly Azura, there was always a sense of uncertainty and elusiveness surrounding impermanent. She was clearly here, yet it felt as if she were still beyond reach, in a distant place. If it weren't for the soothing presence emanating from her, Yunshi would find it hard to believe that this heavenly demon belonged to him. Because I paid a significant price during the recent contract, the power of impermanent cannot be utilized extensively for now. Elise took off the six-eyed demon mask that symbolized impermanent and revealed her exquisite face. At the final moment of completing the contract, all four heavenly demons were nearly wiped out simultaneously. The current Elise is a fusion of the four heavenly demons, with impermanent as the core, resurrected as a newborn heavenly demon. The four descending heavenly demons had their powers almost entirely reset. Now, Elise needs to rebuild her strength from scratch. Master, which appearance do you prefer? As time passed, Elise's gaze became increasingly clear. The allure of the enchantress, the wisdom of the saint demon, the combat talent of Azura, the mystery of impermanent. As a fusion of four heavenly demons, the soul-starry celestial demon, even in its infancy, began to display its charm. The existence of heavenly demons is inherently ever-changing, with infinite possibilities. Either one is fine. Help me with my cultivation, said Yunshi, actually quite content with just the original enchantress. Summoning Elise unexpectedly, along with four different heavenly demon forms, was like a buy one get four free deal. I understand, Master. Let's begin our cultivation. Elise covered her small mouth and giggled. Their adorable master was truly as innocent as a sheet of white paper. Isn't cultivation with heavenly demon just about being affectionate and pafu-pafu? Nevertheless, they couldn't cross that line yet. They had to be a well-behaved and obedient heavenly demon. The four disobedient and reckless heavenly demons, who dared to lay hands on their master, which also happened to be Elise's own mother's, had taught her a bloody lesson about the consequences of such actions. In order to avoid repeating the tragedy of her mother's, Elise started to gradually improve her favor with their master and slowly began her duties as a heavenly demon. So, Yunshi finally began the orthodox cultivation recorded in the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. It was in this almost stagnant, heavenly demon realm that he continuously visualized the forms of the heavenly demons. However, unlike other monks who cultivated the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll, the heavenly demon appearing before Yunshi always kept changing. At times, wearing a sheer veil that almost revealed her bare essentials, the enchantress strolled through the clouds, her waist swaying while she breathed out a fragrant sigh. At times, she transformed into a divine saintess, her hands clasped in prayer, occasionally revealing a glimpse of her snowy white cleavage. At times, she brandished her weapon, performing daring battle dances. At times, donning a mask of the six-eyed heavenly demon, she opened an umbrella and strolled with Yunshi amidst the traces of starlight. Chapter 9:13. Whispering of the Heavenly Demons, all right? Stop. After roughly 13 rounds of visualization, Yunshi found it difficult to restrain himself. The allure of Elise's heavenly demon form was even more terrifying than what was recorded in the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. Naturally enticing, the slender figure of the enchantress was captivating. With a divine temperament, the saint demon occasionally revealed her snow-white skin. Full of aggression, Azura seemed ready to charge at him at any time and have their way with him. Wearing a beautiful Western-style dress, the petite impermanent exuded a sense of forbidden desire. With each transformation, Yunshi felt his noble and righteous heart face a great challenge. No matter which heavenly demon form Elise assumed, they were equally enticing and made one desire to commit forbidden acts. Moreover, he knew that no matter what he did, no matter how he sinned, he wouldn't be punished. It was simply maddening. Now, she could understand why Buddhist monks who practiced the Parinirmada Vasavartan scroll would tread on thin ice and be cautious. In just a single thought, one could descend into the 18 layers of hell. Yes, master. Unlike her own reckless mothers, Elise knew when to unleash the power of the heavenly demon and when to stop. This must be an epiphany from the great stars. Today's session ends here. I'll come back next time for further contemplation. She wiped the sweat off his forehead, fortunate that there was no concept of time in the heavenly demon illusion. The Parinirmada Vasavartan scroll truly deserved to be the scripture of Buddhism. Elise is always ready to answer your call, Master. No matter when, Master can summon Elise, Elise said with a mischievous smile, digging a big hole for Shi. I'll need your help in the future. Shi, completely unaware of the terrifying entity he had created, left the ambiguous heavenly demon illusion with satisfaction. After Shi left, Elise's gaze instantly changed. It was a very, very dangerous yet incredibly pure gaze, like a pitch-black abyss of profound stars. Oh my, this is really a blood loss. Enchantress's figure appeared behind Elise, pouting discontentedly. This is fate, irresistible. Saint Demon's figure also emerged. She who had once been the last victor had regret in her eyes, but more importantly, a calm acceptance of this fate. I yearn for battle. Leave the fighting to me. Azura, who had also accepted this fate, licked her lips and revealed a bloodthirsty gaze. Silent amidst them was Elise, her six-eyed heavenly demon still in a fragmented state. Under the scouring of the memories of the starry sky, Impermanence suffered the impact of more than 90% of the enormous memory fragments, teetering on the brink of collapse. In order to survive and to continue existing, the four heavenly demons had no choice but to join forces and sign a completely unequal contract with Shi. The result of the contract was the birth of Elise, a brand new heavenly demon with the combined power of the four heavenly demons. However, the original enchantress, Saint Demon, Azura, and Impermanent did not disappear, but coexisted with the newly born Elise. Or rather, the young starry celestial demon Elise was actually a manifestation of a part of each of the four heavenly demons. From this perspective, Elise is both the child of the four heavenly demons and the four heavenly demons themselves. Elise, never did I imagine that I would also have a day to acquire Impermanent's true name. Enchantress looked at the silent Impermanent with curiosity on her face and asked, wasn't Impermanent's true name sealed away? That's because the absolute inequality of the contract allowed her true name to be known. This is probably Impermanent's only weakness. Saint Demon logically analyzed the reason for the leak of Impermanent's true name. So Impermanent has this weakness after all. I never knew before. Azura licked his lips and eagerly looked at Impermanent wearing a broken mask. Do you want to fight? I've never fought Impermanent before. Azura, as the most combative race among the superior heavenly demons, never feared any opponent, not even Impermanent as a supreme heavenly demon. Die. Impermanent coldly looked at the challenging Azura and slowly extended a finger. Azura, who was locked on by Impermanent's finger, suddenly started to deform drastically, as if something extremely terrifying was about to burst out from within him. A strange rhombus shape protruded from Azura's chest, becoming more and more apparent. 3 seconds later, Azura's body shattered with a crisp sound. Impressive. This is the first time I've seen Impermanent make a move truly invincible. Enchantress exclaimed excitedly as she watched the dismembered Azura. Impermanent, the most mysterious heavenly demon with unparalleled power. Saint Demon didn't miss any details, recording every move Impermanent made and analyzing frame by frame. Come, let's fight again. After being instantly killed, Azura resurrected in the same spot 10 seconds later and charged towards impermanent once more. Elise shrugged her shoulders and decided to ignore the heavenly demon war behind her. Moms are really energetic, even though they've become one. No one can kill anyone. I better continue practicing and wait for the summoning from my master. Good morning, Mayor. Yun-Shi, who woke up from the heavenly demon illusion, hugged her golden-haired princess tightly and took a deep breath. Definitely feels like the day hasn't started if I don't take this breath every morning. Master, is there something good happening? Mayor also happily absorbed Yun-Shi's scent, even more vigorously than Yun-Shi. I've made some progress in my cultivation. Yun-Shi jumped off the bed and put on her greatsword maid attire. Not bad, indeed different from before. Perhaps due to inheriting memories from the previous greatsword maid, the killing princess, the girl in the mirror appeared even more graceful and confident than usual. This is the true princess, the most dazzling crown at the ball. Even though her whole body was stained with Cerberus blood, she was still captivatingly beautiful. I will remember. I must kill any demon human I encounter. And also, take care of that Cerberus. Inheriting all the memories of the killing Princess Elise, Yun-Shi became more adept at using the black maid attire. This black maid attire, stained with Cerberus blood, also revealed its full functionality to Yun-Shi for the first time, representing her passing its test and becoming a true greatsword maid, inheriting the honor and mission of the killing princess. Yun-Shi finally realized that this black greatsword maid attire had 3 completely different modes. The maid mode in its normal state, the princess mode when wearing the kingdom's crown, and the battlefield exclusive, ruthless and fearsome slaughter mode. Chapter 9:14. Astonishing charm pushing open the door to her own room, Yun-Shi strolled through the corridor of the Starwings Knights' dedicated girls' dormitory with an unprecedented light and brisk pace. The black maid uniform that she had never been able to fully get used to not only became more form-fitting after acquiring the memories of the killing princess, but its material and luster also became increasingly exquisite and captivating. Though it was the style of a maid uniform, it made Yun-Shi exude the elegance of a princess. This was the aura of the killing princess. Even bathed in blood, a princess is still a princess. All the members of the Starwings Knights who saw Yun-Shi couldn't help but cover their small mouths and looked at today's exceptionally beautiful and captivating May with shining faces. Perhaps only Yun-Shi himself hadn't realized just how astonishing his charm had become after forming a contract with the heavenly demon. As demonic creatures capable of tempting even Buddhist monks, heavenly demons possessed irresistible charm regardless of their type. By forming contracts with 4 heavenly demons simultaneously, Yun-Shi also inherited some of their talents. The Enchantress's charm, the Saint Demon's wisdom, the Azura's strength, the Impermanent's mystery. The blend of the 4 heavenly demons' auras, along with the memories inherited from Elise, resulted in the current May. Beautiful and elegant, mysterious and dangerous. It was a charm that caught one's gaze at first glance, a unique allure of long black hair. May, you look so beautiful today. Even the dim-witted secretary who had always been called the brainless busty one by the Starwings Knights Commoners faction noticed that May today was extraordinary. Is that so? Really? It looks plain to me. After repeatedly envisioning various postures of the heavenly demons, Yun-Shi didn't think that the black-haired maid in the mirror was particularly beautiful. Compared to the heavenly demons, she was just average. Her skin has become fairer. The texture of her hair has also improved. Her chest has also grown a little, compared to the muddled sorcery of Ling Ling. Mei Lan examined herself thoroughly from head to toe and came to a conclusion that would make all the girls in the Starwings Nights scream. Mei has truly become more beautiful. Moreover, the change in her aura is even greater than the change in her appearance. That composed feeling, that elegant and captivating aura, she had only seen it before in the Starwings Nights leader, Hua Yu. The current Mei truly resembled a princess. Oh my, it's not just an illusion. Mei, what skincare product did you use? Yes, hiding secrets is not good. Mei, which product from God's domain is it? Your chest has even grown. Mei, did you use cosmetics with demon dragon blood in them? In just that short 1 minute, Yunshi was surrounded by the girls of the Starwings Nights. Topics about skincare, cosmetics, and chest maintenance are the never-ending focus for the girls. No. Really, there is no such thing. Yunshi, covered in sweat, looked at the Starwings Nights members who had enclosed him. When it comes to skincare products and cosmetics, he really has no clue. As an upright gentleman, how would he know the topics that these girls are interested in? He doesn't even know whether lavender essential oil is extracted by frying or boiling. Then why do you smell so good, Mei? Yeah, what kind of perfume is this? I've never smelled it before. This smooth skin, sob, Mei, you shouldn't keep it a secret. I've been worried about my skin getting dry lately. Yesterday, my hair wasn't this soft. The girls' curiosity was strong, their actions decisive. Yunshi's struggle was destined to fail. The girls, who naturally loved skinship, almost melted Yunshi with their passionate gazes. Many of them were even wearing pajamas, revealing cute lingerie and beautifully sculpted arms, without a trace of wariness towards Yunshi. Ga. Look over there. A fool who has fallen into the abyss. They're already beyond saving. There's no cure. It's not surprising if they're devoured at any time. Day and night without rest, they're doomed. Several bloodthirsty birds flew around Robin, issuing malicious cursed prophecies towards the devilish Yunshi. What chaos, my future. As a mysterious sex prophet who has been dealing with all sorts of peculiar things since childhood, Robin rubbed her forehead. She was just here to have breakfast, but she didn't expect to witness such a thrilling scene. It's obvious that Mei made a deal with some undisclosed entity and gained an otherworldly charm. Looking at the girls surrounding her, one by one, they were all abnormal. It's better to stay far away from her, otherwise, if I get involved too, it will be disastrous for me. A gold piece will always shine. Mei has always been a charismatic person. Sitting next to Robin, Hua Yu, the leader of the Starwings Nights, revealed a meaningful smile. You all spoil her too much. Robin stirred the sugar cube in her cup. After joining this organization called the Starwings Nights, I realized it's essentially Mei's night order. Unconditional love for Mei. Being fed Mei's bread all day long. The day won't start without seeing Mei. Whatever Mei says is right. Whatever Mei does is good. You're all poisoned. It's called Mei's poison. On the contrary, it's not that we spoil Mei too much, but rather Mei spoils us too much. Hua Yu elegantly drank her breakfast milk and tore open the freshly served Starwings Nights exclusive cream bread. Taking a bite of the golden cream bread, Hua Yu revealed a happy and gentle expression. In this world, there is no one who cares about us more than Mei. If it weren't for Mei, the Starwings Nights wouldn't exist. Mei doesn't need the Starwings Nights now. On the contrary, the Starwings Nights can never be separated from Mei. Don't you find it strange, this kind of relationship? As the newest member to join the Starwings Nights, Robin has always been unable to understand why the bond between this knightly order and Mei is so intimate. It's beyond the description of comrades of the knightly order or friends. but rather a bond that surpasses sisterhood and brotherhood, tighter than blood ties. What's even more peculiar is that after joining the Starwings Knights, she, who had always been unconsciously ignored as the being of nightmares, has begun to integrate into this group. Chapter 9:15. Shocking treasure. This isn't right. No one knows better than Robin how terrifying the curse entangling her is. People, always subconsciously forgetting her presence, unable to remember her name. She's like air, even on bustling streets. She's like an invisible phantom, unnoticed by anyone. For assassins, this is probably a desired talent, but Robin doesn't want to be an assassin. She longs for true friends. For her past self, that was truly a luxury wish. Now, this wish has been granted. After joining the Starwings Knights, the girls in the Starwings Knights would all greet her proactively and see her as one of the Order's members. They can see her, not ignoring her presence. It's just such a simple thing that anyone would take for granted, but for Robin, the blooded killer of the Ten Leaves League, ranked in the top 10 in the entire Eastern Gods domain, it is deeply moving. Perhaps, she's also been poisoned. Named May, the incurable disease. Get used to it sooner, and you'll probably understand what I mean soon. Seeing Robin's conflicted expression, Hua Yu shrugged. In this Starwings Nights, Robin is not the only one with secrets. Should I also learn to apply makeup? Even Robin herself had forgotten that she had such girlish hobbies when she was still human. Becoming an assassin wasn't what she liked, but rather she had nowhere else to go except for the Ten Leaves League. In the world of the imperial court, aristocracy, and blooded, only the blooded could accept her cursed existence. She never personally killed anyone. She was just a tragic witness. This is trouble. Finally escaping from the encirclement of the Starwings Knights girls, Yunshi realized that he seemed to be attracting more attention today. Countless female disciples of the White Lotus Sword Palace were chasing after him, asking what special skincare products, cosmetics, and breast enlargement medicine he used. He didn't have any of those things, so why did his chest get bigger? It's totally not his fault. Pafu. The tiny Pafu emerged from Yunshi's chest, its translucent green body visibly larger. This is the culprit behind Yunshi's enlarged chest. And who knows what special nutrients Pafu absorbed? Yunshi woke up to find the tiny Pafu's delicate body had started growing. Along with that, Yunshi's own chest measurement increased a size that he himself didn't even notice. It was truly a trivial matter for him as a male. Unfortunately, that was his own perception. He thought that the slight and insignificant change was dreamlike for the girls. Overnight, without using any secret padding or other props, it truly and instantaneously grew larger. It was simply a miracle. Completely unaware of the Starwings Knight's obsession with the chest, Yunshi was destined to become the target of attention. Now, he couldn't even attend classes, so Yunshi could only hide once again in his own paradise, the White Lotus secret treasure room. Coincidentally, he also needed to inquire about his progress in cultivating the Paranirmata Vasavartan scroll from the big white light sphere. In the empty secret room, the white, soft light sphere floated in the center of the room like a cloud, occasionally lazily turning its body, enjoying the utmost leisure. Ever since handing the introductory chapter of the Paranirmata Vasavartan scroll to that little guy who always came uninvited, the big white light sphere had been leading a carefree life. Originally, the White Lotus secret treasure room was a forbidden place for outsiders, with the highest level of secrecy in the entire White Lotus Sword domain. Except for the moments when the top 10 graduates of the White Lotus Sword Palace, who had obtained recognition, came here for enlightenment, this treasure room would never be open to outsiders. Even the twin witches, who were divine priestesses, only entered this room once a year. On average, out of 365 days a year, the big white light sphere, as the projection of the White Lotus secret treasure, had less than 24 hours of contact with beings like humans. The rest of the time, it could sleep in whatever posture it liked, transform into whatever appearance it desired, completely indulging in carefree leisure. Until that bastard kid with the sky sword mark started treating this place as his own rest area, running over every few days to complain to it and even squeezing and rubbing it. In its entire life, the big white light sphere had never been so disrespected by anyone, and unfortunately, its setting prevented it from retaliating against this guy. Finally, it could only throw away the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll that couldn't be practiced by non-monks at all, preparing to out of sight, out of mind. Today, it was also prepared to have a good night's sleep. As for today, it loved the sleeping posture of moving in a full 360-degree arc. That was its absolute favorite. Who? The peculiar rhythm echoed in the silent treasure room. It was a type of great Tao halo rhythm, an excellent lullaby. With a sound, the door opened. Yun Shi, dressed in a black, maid outfit, barged into a certain light sphere's private space, then hugged the soft and white light sphere, leaning her entire body against it. Damn it, why did she come again? If the big white light sphere could have expressions, it would definitely be a huge character. This damn watchdog, always coming to disturb the great White Lotus secret treasure's sleeping time. Indeed, this place makes people feel at ease. Yun Shi lay on the fluffy big white light sphere. This irresistibly comfortable feeling, whether lying or sitting, it was just too amazing. Truly worthy of being the projection of the great sacred tree Lingjia, it was always useful in any circumstance. The big white light sphere remained silent on this matter. Even resistance was impossible. It could only endure. However, why did this brat come again so quickly? Wasn't he supposed to have gone astray and cried, while returning the six-eyed, heavenly demon after practicing the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll? There weren't any serious aftereffects from failing to practice the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll, but if he couldn't collect enough emotional power while wearing the six-eyed demon mask, he would have consecutive nightmares for many days. This was just a small punishment for this watchdog, letting him know what it meant to be out of one's depth and to be incapable. The Paranormata Vasavartan scroll, such a thing, it was impossible for mere mortals to successfully cultivate it. Lord Lingjia, I've mastered the introductory chapter of the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. Leaning on the big white light sphere, Yun Shi reported good news. White question marks appeared one after another on the big white light sphere. Is this brat having a fever? What nonsense is he talking about all of a sudden? Chapter 916. Elise appears. Could ordinary people practice the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll? Could this guy have gone astray while practicing the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll, eventually losing his sanity and thinking he has achieved enlightenment by giving up killing? But there seems to be a problem with my practice of the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. Yes, this is the normal style, right? You, an ordinary person who hasn't even shaved your head, and still love wearing a black maid outfit, it's strange if there are no problems with your practice of this Buddhist scripture, the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. The heavenly demon I summoned seems to be more than just the enchantress described in the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. Yun Shi earnestly shared his distress with the big white ball of light. What? The summoning was successful? Are you kidding me? Could something like the heavenly demon be easily summoned just like that? This boy, has he lost his mind and fallen into a fantasy world? It must be that what appeared in his mind is definitely not a heavenly demon, but a lower-level creature like a dream monster. Maybe it even drained a lot of his energy. No wonder, there's a scent that doesn't smell human. I summoned Enchantress, Saint Demon, Azura, Impermanent, and it seems like they all merged together, Yuanxi honestly explained, referring to the mistake that happened while practicing the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. Although there was no problem visualizing the form of the heavenly demon, suddenly forming a contract with 4 heavenly demons and ultimately obtaining Elise left Yuanxi perplexed. At this moment, he needs a wise teacher to guide him. Of all the characters Yuanxi knows, only the big white ball that gave him the introductory part of the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll can take on this role. The big white ball of light had hundreds and thousands of question marks floating on it. What is this bragging dog even saying? A saint demon with a holy attribute. An Azura who is inclined towards killing. Impermanent is formless, representing the supreme heavenly demon of the Buddhist tradition. These heavenly demons have nothing to do with the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. If practicing the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll could summon these high-ranking heavenly demons, even supreme heavenly demons, then this Buddhist scripture would be of the highest level, connecting directly to the origin of Buddhism. Impermanent heavenly demons are equal to the attainment of a golden body in Buddhist practice. In terms of ranking within the endless gods domains, Impermanent is close to the 9th rank of the legend rank, field, heavenly demon. That's why it can be called supreme heavenly demon. It only provides an introductory chapter of the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll to this bragging dog, so it's not absurd to think it can summon higher-ranking heavenly demons. This kid is beyond saving, beyond saving. Realizing that someone had completely lost control while practicing the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll, the bright white sphere kindly wrapped Yuanxi in its light, indicating that they would soon be unable to see this privileged dog again. Oh, by the way, you haven't met my heavenly demon yet, have you? I'll summon it now. Yuanxi could feel the benevolence radiating from the bright white sphere and felt deeply grateful for it. If it weren't for the teachings of the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll, he wouldn't have found a good method to cultivate his willpower. The past monks were truly formidable, able to face such a powerful heavenly demon without showing any signs of fear. He was still far from reaching that level. Ah, he's finally gone mad. The bright white sphere looked at Yuanxi, who was closing his eyes, seemingly communicating with something. His body became even more supple. In the next moment, Elise appeared quietly in the room of the White Lotus secret treasure, wearing the 6-sized demon mask that had all 4 characteristics of a heavenly demon. A heavenly demon is a being that is invisible and intangible, existing and yet not existing. When it has no physical body, a heavenly demon cannot be observed by anyone and hardly has any impact on the world. Only when a heavenly demon has a physical body does it start to distort the world, whether in positive or negative ways. Most of the time, a heavenly demon would never appear in the real world in its true form. It is an unspoken rule. An immortal heavenly demon, like an eternal and invisible disaster, always influences the world from the shadows. However, Elise, who responded to Yuanxi's call, nonchalantly broke this unspoken rule. The impermanent heavenly demon is such an extraordinary existence, disregarding boundaries and possessing immense power and qualifications among the heavenly demons. Elise, who possesses the powers of Enchantress, Saint Demon, Azura, and Impermanent, wouldn't follow this rule. She is the only exception in the history of the starry celestial demon and heavenly demon races. This is Elise, my contracted heavenly demon, Yuanxi said nervously, as if he were introducing his girlfriend to his parents, while looking at the large solidified white ball. As a projection of the sacred tree Linjia, the white ball has accumulated countless wisdom and knowledge over the long years. It even has records of secret Buddhist scriptures, like the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll. Now it seems to be malfunctioning. This, indeed, is a real heavenly demon, and it is not the target summoned by the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll, the Enchantress. It is a completely new species, an upper-level heavenly demon that even the wisdom repository of the sacred tree Lingjia has never recorded. Hello, esteemed sacred tree Lingjia. Elise, with a calm smile, gently took Yuanshi's hand and leaned naturally against him, just like true lovers would. Yuanshi was completely unaware of Elise's harmless gesture, especially compared to the reckless and unruly enchantresses. Elise was really well behaved. However, her slightly raised canine tooth quietly revealed a little secret in Elise's heart. This is not a plot, but rather the wisdom of a heavenly demon. Compared to the four mothers, Elise was clearly more advanced in her understanding of how to win Yuanshi's heart. Danger, danger, danger. How could this heavenly demon be something summoned by the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll? The charm of the enchantress, the wisdom mark on the forehead of the three-eyed saint demon, a terrifying power hidden within the body. And the most terrifying thing, the six-eyes demon mask on her hair tips. Why can the Paranormata Vasavartan scroll summon the enchantress? It is precisely because it imitates a hint of the presence of the highest-ranking heavenly demon, impermanent. Even though they knew it was a fake, a deceitful six-eyes demon mask created to represent the impermanent without form concept in Buddhism, the enchantresses still couldn't resist that aura and would respond to the summons. But now, that six-eyes demon mask over there, it's the real deal. You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.